I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yeah.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to the children? Why you lying to the children? RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bless. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big manodas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He's running to the hills like a Philistine. G-Hawk hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the bait lead. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bless. Wow, what's that? Why didn't take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. I'm stepping on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Yeah. Tree of Mahafa, AGS Damari. Y'all know what time it is. Inflation bits. Source off the shitter. Alpha Villa the debate Coliseum. You see those sidelines. Yeah, I got plenty motion. You blind, need the blind. I'm in the HOK, sourced up. Baby collar, see it, you see no sideline. Yeah, I got plenty motion. You blind, lead the blind. I'm in the HOK, sourced up and ready. I got the drop in every art. Yeah, who wanna dance? Step with a cane and top had to match. A Lord of Ice, supreme ruler, that's right in his act. Double or nothing, 2 for 1. That's how I'm coming. Do the math and do the knowledge. I'm March 100. And I stay rapping at 5. Who wanna see me live? Got a murder man vibe. Bodies in my archives. When I up my source, just up the score, cause it's a rap. And I be that morph. You don't remember he was cap called blabber lacking in his babble. Ran down on him. The real driller from Manila. I stood over homie. And Eagles false flag, and I'm here the right way, and I'ma keep spazzing. Behind my peak, and I stand on business, yeah, I'm crashing out. And if you cross my golden path, yeah, I'm flashing out. Got a bucket list of future bodies in my inventory. My peer reviews are undisputed, you can keep the glory. Every appeal to authorities just to cry for help. And intellectual cowards, they die 1,000 deaths. Who really want it with me? I stay war ready. Round for round, got 100 slides. Who wanna test me? The baby collar, see it, you see those sidelines. Yeah, I got plenty motion. You blind, lead the blind. I'm in the HOK, sourced up and ready. I got the drop in every art. Yeah, who wanna test me? The baby collar, see it, you see those sidelines. Yeah, I got plenty motion. You blind, lead the blind. I'm in the HOK, sourced up and ready. I got the drop in every art. Yeah, who wanna test me? Godfather, green light, I'ma whack 'em all. It's time to clean up the platform. The tax them all. Know it like you owe it. The elder sent me for it. Retaliation is a must, and that Canopa's bogus. It's pseudo killer to kill when I'm in the battlefield. They say steel, sharp and steel. My real isn't real. Yeah, this that simmer talk, and I'm ready to drill. Train to go and fully equipped to break that Roman seal. Grinding the powder can get power to the masses. If it's smoke, then it's smoke. I'ma get axed. Tell them come with it. Done did it, we split it. They can all get it. I got 7 deadly venom, been sick with it. I can behead them in public and still get acquitted. I put in work on house niggas and tell them I hit them. I'm that runaway slave they wanna capture. I took the whip from his hand and punished master. He's just another widow son of a bastard. I wage war on infidels and call them Kafirs. It's I never give me that card in your chapter. Knowledge is power, test mine, and I'ma smash. Baby collar, see it, you see those sidelines. Yeah, I got plenty motion. You blind, lead the blind. I'm in the HOK, sourced up and ready. I got the drop in every art. Yeah, who wanna test me with baby? See it, you see those sidelines. Yeah, I got plenty motion. You blind, lead the blind. I'm in the HOK, sourced up and ready. I got the drop in every art. Yeah, who wanna test me?
Come on, man. Yo, y'all gotta stop talking when I'm putting my sound effects on. I'm saying oh for a reason. You see that young champion, the future champ in the building. God damn it. He ain't afraid to pop up in this mud, huh? He ain't afraid. Y'all playing yourself. That's right. Yeah, but you talk that talk. The man didn't ask you nothing about what's important. He's asking you, he's challenging you to do something. Okay, he ain't asking y'all, is it important? Y'all was talking that bunko shit. The man popped up. He's challenging y'all.
Yeah. Y'all already know what it is, man. These brothers been going at it for a minute. Enough of the tough talk is over with. I want to let both of y'all brothers know when it's time to debate. I don't have no friends. All right? I'm just going to be the moderator, and I'm going to be fair with both of you brothers. I have no friends. You got 3 minutes in your opening round, 10 minutes in each round. You got 3 rounds. So you got 10 minutes in each 3 rounds. And then you have a 5-minute rebuttal and 3 questions apiece from each side. After that, and then you will have your closing remarks, and then we will open it up for the Q&A. Are there any questions, brothers?
Yes, can you please put the, like, if you're going to do a poll, can you please put the
poll? Yes, the poll come at the end, after everything is over.
In the debate, and then we open the panel, people can vote, and then after the show's over, then you take the top.
Right, your poll will go up at the closing remarks when y'all both close out. Are there any questions, DMG? I can't hear you, brother.
My bad, I was muted. No, sir.
All right, who's the challenger here? Is JJ challenging you, or are you challenging him?
Well, technically, he challenged me, but I'm making the affirmative claim. So,
okay, so you're going first.
Yep.
Okay, so you're going first to lay down the groundwork to let the people know what it is that we are doing here. And family, Mandinka Mali versus DMG, exclusively HOK, is Black existentialism the best ideology for Black people? That is the topic. And we're going to go. You got 3 minutes, DMG, in your opening argument. Are you ready, brother?
I'm ready.
Okay. Time will start when you start speaking.
All right. Black existentialism began as a pre-colonial and slavery era writings with figures like Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass in the 19th century, which explored the themes of freedom and self-identification. This was followed by the early 20th century work, which saw more explicit development through thinkers such as W.E.B. Du Bois, Richard Wright, and more psychological philosophers such as Frantz Fanon, who grappled with the racial alienation of Black people, the existential crisis of Black identity, and the struggle for meaning in an oppressive society. Black existentialism is a philosophy that serves as a living record of Black people's struggle. It's a way in which we can define ourselves in a world that is constantly trying to erase us. From people like Frederick Douglass, who I already talked about, to the reflections of the normal everyday Black person as it pertains to freedom and human dignity, all the way up and through Lewis R. Gordon, who makes a call for self-identification through our identification as descendants of Africa and those who are on the African continent. Black existentialism is the quintessential philosophy and ideology for those who are trying to reclaim what it means to be Black and to live in it authentically. That being said, my opponent tonight has no understanding of this concept. He continues to mislead and try to misguide the actual conflict that we having, because he thinks Black existentialism is one and the same with existentialism. Tonight, I'm gonna show him the difference.
You have another minute.
All right, let me continue. So Frantz Fanon, as I said, is probably the quintessential Black existentialist philosopher. He wrote works like The Wretched of the Earth, Black Faces, White Mask, and he influenced people like Stokely Carmichael, the Black Panther Party, and many others, including James Baldwin and Lewis R. the preeminent Black existentialist debater today. That being said, Black existentialism is about Black people's existence on this earth, our struggle for freedom over oppression. And again, I'm gonna identify all of these things and show that my opponent has no clue what it is he's even debating.
Time, right on point. Good. All right. Thank you, my brother. Go on mute. Mandinka Mali, time will start when you're ready, brother. You have 3 minutes in your opening. Unmute yourself, brother.
Yeah, peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. The HOK Gold is back in the building. The most feared debater on this planet, Lions Den Debates. Hey, CEO. Now listen to this. I want all y'all to really pay attention to what he's bringing to the table, right? So he said he bringing up one guy named Frantz Fanon, right? This guy did not create a movement. There is no organization for existentialism. So worthy of so good afternoon, honorable judges, worthy opponents and fellow debaters. Today we gathered to discuss a crucial topic, that has shaped the experiences of Black people for centuries. It's going to be Black collectivism versus Black existentialism. I have Black Pan-Africanism versus Black existentialism. I have Black nationalism versus Black existentialism. I have the Black church and the Nation of Islam, all of these collective movements against an individual movement, and he got one guy named Fran. Another guy's named Rude Paul and Richard Baldwin, a whole bunch of gay guys in front of this movement. Individualism is what you see when you do existentialism. The Black collectivism has been the backbone of our struggle. Our freedom and equality from the abolitionist movement. You won't see no existentialist movement in the abolitionist movement, Sarnetta. By working together, by supporting one another, Black people have achieved remarkable progress in overcoming obstacles. The Black church, the Nation of Islam, the Marcus Garveys. See, his leaders, when he brought up W.E.B. Du Bois, this guy promotes eugenics. This guy promotes Planned Parenthood and got a letter with Margaret Sanger. Individualism is nothing but when it leads back to collectivism. You're gonna be in trouble, sir, when you're trying to get in front of our people and tell us that individualism is the best ideology for our people. The best ideology for our people. How? There is no groundwork with existentialism, but you can go and look up the 25 components of Pan-Africanism. You can go look up the 25 components of Black collectivism. You can go look up Afrocentricism. You can go look up African spirituality. He's finna get in front of us and tell us that Black existentialism is the best ideology for our people. That's where you're gonna have a problem in this debate, sir. Because this comes from Europeans. He wants to try to separate it. But the founding forefathers of this movement, is not even a movement, of this psychology, ideology, comes from Europe. I'm going to you people from Africa.
Tom.
Philosophers.
All right, we're headed into the first round. Tom, brother. Tom, you don't hear me? All right, we're going into the first round. DMG, do you have anything you want to put up? A PowerPoint presentation or what? Can't hear you, brother. Unmute yourself.
My bad. I keep forgetting to unmute. Yes, sir. I got a slide a few slides I want to show.
Okay, put it up. Let me know, and then when you start, you got 5-10 minutes in your first round. You got 10 minutes in this round.
1 second.
Brothers, there's no ad hominems and there's no profanity. So there's no calling each other names. That's the people come for the information, and there is no profanity.
Let me get this pulled up.
All right, y'all family, y'all sit back, man, because y'all gonna learn something today. Existentialism. That's powerful right there. JJ saying that it is not good for our people. And DMG is saying it is. So we're gonna find out with this debate here.
All right, can y'all see my screen?
All right, I see it. It just popped up. Your screen is up, brother. Time will start when you're ready. When you speak.
All right, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
All right, this is called Freedom Defined. Black existentialism as the ultimate path to Black liberation. I'm just gonna get into my intro. Give me a second. Let me see. All right, my screen went.
All right, I'm gonna stop your time. I'm gonna stop your time, brother.
Okay.
You probably got to remove it and put it back up or something.
All right, let me remove it. Stop shit. Try this again. All right, y'all see my screen?
Yep, I see it. Your screen is up and running. Time will start when you start speaking.
All right, this is my intro. Black existentialism began with the pre-colonial and slavery era writings of figures like Frederick Douglass in the 19th century, which explored themes of freedom and self-identification. This was followed by the early mid-20th century, which saw a more explicit development through thinkers such as W.E.B. Du Bois, Richard Wright, and philosopher Frantz Fanon, who grappled with racial alienation, the existential crisis of Black identity, and the struggle for meaning in an oppressive society. Black existentialism is a philosophy that serves as a living record of our struggle to define ourselves in a world built to erase us. From Frederick Douglass' 19th century reflections on freedom and human dignity through W.E.B. Du Bois' call for self-identification after slavery, to Richard Wright and Ralph Ellison's explorations of alienation, this tradition centers the Black experience as the starting point for understanding existence. Frantz Fanon exposed the psychological toll of racism and colonialization, while Stokely Carmichael carried existentialist ideas into the Black Power movement, proving that this framework fuels action as well as thought. Black existentialism shows us that meaning is not handed down by oppressive systems it created. It is created by us, for us. That is why it stands as the most powerful and relevant ideology for Black people seeking freedom, dignity, and self-determination today. Black existentialism, or Africana critical theory, is a school of thought that critiques domination and affirms the empowerment of Black people in the world. Although it shares a word with existentialism and that philosophy is concerned with existence and meaning in life, it is predicated on the liberation of all Black people in the world from oppression. It also may be seen as a method, which allows one to read works by African-American writers such as W.E.B. Du Bois, James Baldwin, Frantz Fanon, William R. Gordon, and Ralph Ellison in an existentialist frame. Lewis Gordon argues that Black existentialism is not only existential philosophy produced by Black philosophers, but is also a thought that carries the intersection of problems of existence in Black contexts. So let's talk about definitions. Existentialism has a concern with existence, freedom, choice, and authenticity, while Black existentialism concerns itself with existential reflection rooted in anti-Black racism and colonialism. It critiques domination and affirms Black agency. Historical context. The transatlantic slave trade, colonialism, Jim Crow were all determinant factors as it pertained to these thoughts that began to encompass what would later become Black existentialist thought or Africana critical theory. People like Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, and others. I can't remember my sister's name, but she was a poet in the 19th century. They all their writings became the proto framework for what we now call Black existentialism or Africana critical theory. Black thought resisting oppression. And that's essentially what it comes down to. These individuals wrote and had thoughts about what it would be like to overthrow the oppressive forces that had been thrust upon them. And we needed a philosophy that addressed the state of being Black in this oppressive anti-Black society. W.E.B. Du Bois' double consciousness. Here he deals with the internal conflict and fragmented sense of self-experience by African Americans. who are forced to see themselves not only through their own eyes, but also through the racist and stereotype lens of the dominant white society. And Frederick Douglass is a key point in Black existentialist philosophy because his book, The Souls of Black Folks, his theory of the double consciousness, all became frameworks for what would later become the modern thought process of Black existentialists. And he influenced writers like Ralph Ellison, James Baldwin, Lewis R. Gordon, Franz Fanon, etc. William R. Jones. Black existential philosophy came to the academy in the 1970s in the work of William R. Jones, who argued for a humanistic response to Black suffering through facing the absurd as found in the thought of Albert Camus and dealing with the contradictions of theological beliefs. Jones drew from existential philosophy to reject non-verifiable claims posed by Black theology, where history is presented as God trying to liberate Black people. Historical evidence, Jones suggests, says otherwise. Instead of relying on God, Black people should take their lives and history into their own hands and build a better future for themselves. This is not to say that Jones took the position that Blacks who believe in God should not love God. His point is that they should not rely on God for the elimination of injustice on earth. His most notable work, and everybody should go get this book, it's called Is God a White Racist? Again, that is by William R. Jones. Everybody should go get that book, Is God a White Racist? And again, this is one of the most notable Black existentialist writers and philosophers. Franz Fanon. Franz Fanon, whose name our brother JJ couldn't pronounce. Franz Fanon is a central figure in Black existentialism, which applies existential philosophy to the specific condition of Black people under colonialism and racism. Fanon argued that due to colonization, Black individuals are forced to see themselves as objects in the eyes of the white world, a state of alienation and existential deviation where their identity is defined by the dominant culture rather than their own. This results in a psychological burden, a lack of self-identification, and a longing for white recognition that ultimately fails to affirm their true humanity. And some of his seminal works were Black Faces, White Masks, The Wretched of the Earth. And his existential deviation, he makes the statement that due to a loss of history and culture, the Black individual and the Black collective are constantly trying to redefine identity. And that points to why, like brothers like our brother JJ claim to be a Hebrew Israelite. You got some brothers claiming to be Moroccan Moors. You got some people claiming to be the tribe of Shabazz.
2 minutes.
Gotcha. Existential deviation explains why these issues of self-identification arose within Black spheres of influence and community. And everybody should check out his work. Again, Wretched of the Earth, Black Masks, White Faces. Get with Franz Fanon. Ralph Ellison, his novel, The Invisible Man. This work explores the themes of alienation, absurdity, and the struggle for individual meaning within a society that denies the protagonist's humanity due to his race. Like other existential writers, Ellison's protagonist seeks freedom and self-affirmation by confronting oppressive systems that ultimately want to erase him as a human being. And Ralph Ellison is phenomenal. Everybody should check out that book, The Invisible Man. Richard Wright. Richard Wright integrated existentialist themes into his work by focusing on an individual struggle for meaning and freedom within a society that oppresses and alienates the Black experience. Notably in Native Son and The Outsider, his novels, such as The Man Who Lived Underground, explore alienation, the absurd, and the creation of self through choices made in the face of social constraints, leading to a concept of Black existentialism that highlights the particular challenges and avenues.
Right, brother Mandinka Mali, let's get ready. Let's get set up. Are you ready, brother? Unmute yourself, Mandinka. Unmute yourself, Mandinka Mali. We waiting on Mandinka to unmute. Yo, you know what? You might have to cut off your camera in case your thing is running a little slow. You might, but let's see what we can do. Unmute yourself, brother. You can hear me? Mandinka, you can hear me? Nod your head if you can hear me. Unmute yourself. Yo, I'm gonna kick you out and you come back in. That's all. Come right back in. All right, we're gonna wait for Mandinka to come back in. He's having a little technical difficulties, but everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right.
Shai, you mind if I do a shameless plug?
Yes, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Hey, everybody, please, for the mods who got my link, throw my link in the chat. Everybody subscribe to Paradigm Shift TV 314. I got a 3-night event coming up starting October 3rd through October 5th. Debate Mania. 4 powerful debates we're gonna be taking place. We got the finals to our social media tournament between our brother Big Hemi, the Biblical Barbarian, and our brother KLT from the New Torah Movement. Then on Saturday, that's Friday the 3rd, then on Saturday the 4th, we got Nobody from Trust and Believe the Gospel going against our brother King Self. Later that day, Big Hemi pulling double duty. Big Hemi will be taking on our brother Josh Shub. The question in that debate between him and Joshua is, did African Americans get Christianity from Europeans? That's going to be a powerful contest. And then on Saturday or Sunday, October 5th, grand finale, the reigning, defending, undisputed versus series world champion Pandemus, the Pan-African atheist, is defend his title against the pseudo-slave of root consciousness. Everybody, please go over there and subscribe. Be there the weekend of October 3rd for Debate Mania #1, and we're going to get to it. I appreciate that, bro.
We waiting on Mandinka Mali. Come on, Mandinka. Where you at? Get this in, brother.
Please leave your message for.
All right. His phone is not even on either, so let's go, Mandinka. Oh, there we go.
Post the chat one more time. For some reason, I don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me do it right now. Let me put the link in the chat. That's probably
post
the
it back in the
problem. Okay. All right, I'm doing it right now as we speak. The link is in the chat.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna pin it at the top from now on.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Let's see.
All right, we just waiting on Mandinka. Come on in. Yes, okay, I'm ready. All right, here's Mandinka coming in the room. All right, let's hear you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me?
All right, hold on. Time will start when you're ready.
I'm ready, man.
Time will start.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, man, this guy is a rookie debater, man. You up here trying to present an individualistic ideology. The burden of proof is on you to prove that existentialism is reign supreme over Pan-Africanism, over Black nationalism, over Black collectivism, over African spirituality, over the Christian movement and the civil rights movement, over the Nation of Islam. You cannot do that, sir. The burden of proof is on you. All I got to do is respond. You see what I'm saying? So individualism and collectivism, this is the differences between what he's trying to bring to us. See, it overemphasizes on individual. This is what Black existentialism deals with before I get into my information. So I got to let y'all know, because we didn't do a preliminary, to let y'all know what this is. Nobody heard of this. You don't see nobody talking about no Black existentialism because it comes from Europeans. Individualism versus collectivism is the main topic here. Overemphasis on individual freedom. This is what existentialism brings to the table. It might neglect collective responsibility. Yes, baby. Okay. All right. I got you. All right. Limited scope. The focus on individual experience might overlook the broader structural issues. They don't deal with a collective. Look at the definition. This is why he won't show it to you. The absence of a clear moral framework. Existentialism emphasizes on individual choices that might lead to a moral ambiguity. The overemphasis on suffering. It focuses on suffering, the victimhood narrative. It lacks clear solutions. When you see the civil rights movement, you won't see leaders coming to the table talking about existentialism because it's an individualist thing. It don't trump over Black nationalism. You see the works for that. It don't trump over Black Pan-Africanism. You see the works for that. It don't trump over Black collectivism. The potential for nihilism is what existentialism emphasizes on individual meaning, making might lead to nihilism. Okay, let me get into my information, man. Let me get into that. Let me share my screen. Let me share my goddamn on screen, bro. Because this dude coming in front of us and acting like this is a proven study. We have seen Pan-Africanism. We have seen Black nationalism. We have seen Black collectivism. Who? W.E. Du Bois? He's the founding father of this? So let me share my screen. Stop my time. Let me share my screen. He's the founding of this? Are you serious? Okay. So this is what I'm bringing to you. I'm going to first come with Black nationalism, sir.
Well, I'll stop your time. You can't be talking. You got to just put up the slides right quick, and then I can restart your time. I see it. It's trying to pop up.
Okay. Yeah.
Your time is stopped at 2:50.
Yeah, hold up. Okay, hold up. I don't know what.
There you go. I see it. Your screen is
Let me see.
up.
Hold up.
You see it?
All right. Okay, hold on.
All right.
Now,
Time
let me get to
resumed.
the one that I want to show. The one I want to show, I don't know what's going on. There it is. There it is. Yeah, let the time move. Let the time move. The ladies and gentlemen, this guy's made a bold statement in front of the black community. Yeah, start my time. So I'm gonna tell you, like, all these isms is really just a thing to keep us divided. But if we're gonna deal with isms, we got to deal with one that has just been proven in the groundwork, right? Black nationalism is a complex, multifaceted ideology. See, remember, this is the battle of the ideologies. His ideology comes from Europeans. It's not cultivated and born in our own in Africa and brought to us. It's not Pan-Africanistic. It's Europeanistic, and I'm going to show you the founding fathers of this culture in the second round. Now, Black nationalism is a complex and multifaceted ideology that has evolved over time, shaping the identity, the culture, and the politics of African Americans. Existentialism does not deal with none of that. See, Black nationalism has their roots in the 19th century when African Americans began to assert their identity and challenge the dominant white culture. Some of the early manifestations of Black nationalism include the formation of the African Methodist Episcopal Church in 1816. So you want to kick out the church because guess what? Your values with Black existentialism goes and contradicts against the church, which you say you're a Christian, which is one of the first independent Black denominations in the United States. They got a source right here, www.amchurch.com about our history. Let's keep it moving because the time is limited. Now, the emergence of Black nationalist leaders such as Martin Delany, I know you ain't never heard of him, but like Jabari said, I'm bringing it out today. And Henry Highland Garnett, who advocated for African-American unity. Black existentialism only deals with an individualistic freedom of choice. There is no Black existentialism church. There is no Black existentialism movement. He would tell you it's not a movement. So how is this the best ideology for our people? You're already dead in this debate. The colonization movement was proposed. Here goes another one, bro. The colonization movement proposed the resettlement of African Americans in Africa, which is also an expression of Black nationalism. Guess what? The leader that you brought up, W.E.B. Du Bois, he was against Marcus Garvey. He was against Booker T. Washington. He was against all that because he was a Cone Boule. Let that sink in, y'all. This guy that he promoted, the leader of the Black existentialism movement back in the day, they didn't bring his ideology to the forefront of the civil rights movement because this dude was compromised. He was compromised when he started working with Margaret Sanger. That's what he did. And let's keep it moving, man. You done got in front of me with this nonsense. Now you're gonna get beat up. Now, Martin Delany and Marcus Garvey were two influential figures. This is already better than yours. In the early history of Black nationalism, Delany, a physician and writer, was one of the first African Americans to advocate Black nationalism. He argued that African Americans should have their own nation, either in Africa or America. You ain't gonna hear this from no W.E.B. Du Bois. He was trying to exterminate our people. He was trying to exterminate our people with this eugenics movement. We should get his ideas from the age of enlightenment. Because he ain't nothing but a goddamn another coon. Look, he's stopping Garvey and trying to get us. Look, I ain't trying to say Garvey was always right, but look, Garvey, as Jamaican American activist, was a key figure in the Universal Negro Improvement Association, which was founded in 1914. The UNAI promoted Black economic empowerment. There is no Black economic empowerment existentialism movement. Where are you gonna find it? You made it up. What about cultural pride and Pan-Africanism? And his membership reached into millions during the 20s. You go to source the Black Post or Global African American History, Negro Improvement Association. I can put it in after the debate. I pull it up right now. I pull it up right now. Like I said, the impact of the Harlem Renaissance. This guy here goes. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's go back. For some reason they took it down. Look, when it comes to us, they take it down. Let's go back though. Let's go back. Where we at? Man? Hold up. All right, we're gonna skip to another screen. Hold up. Let me get. It's trying to stop my screen because I was cooking.
All right, you have seven minutes. Or
please. Oh yeah, hold up. All right, hold on. I'm trying to watch a movie. Hold on, let me get back to this. Man. How many minutes I got left?
You got
3 minutes left?
Yes, let's go. Yeah. Time resume.
Let me pull it back. Hold on, bro. Hold on.
All right.
I should have tried to show that. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let me get back to it, man. Yeah. All right. No, that ain't what I want. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, because I was cooking them. He ain't got nothing coming. Let me be quiet while I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on. Where it is. Oh, come on, man. Hold up, son. Let me get it back up. I apologize. African philosophies, individualism, collective means. Hold on. All right. I tell you what, start it back up. I'll go from this. Yeah. Here we go. That's all right. We're gonna go with this. I'll come back to that. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tone it down. Okay. Now, achieving. Okay, we're gonna go back to black nationalism. Yeah, start. We're gonna go back to this because he hasn't showed any groundwork for black existentialism. Nobody even heard of this. This is why I'm upset that we kind of didn't do a preliminary, ladies and gentlemen. You coming in front of us with this, and I can tell you some of the founding forefathers is a bunch of whole got to LGBTQ guys, but I ain't even got to do there to beat this up. And here goes some other ideology that would destroy an individualistic approach. Achieving major national influence through the Nation of Islam. See what I'm saying? In the Black Power movement. These ideologies in the 1960s, proponents of Black nationalism advocated economic self-sufficiency, race pride, and African-American and Black separatism. We wanted to be separate. We was better with our own stuff by ourselves. You want to go through torture and go through getting pies stuffed in your face and kicked and spit on to go eat their goddamn food? This is what W.E. Du Bois promoted.
2 minutes.
He didn't want us to go back to Africa. See, reacting against white racial prejudice and critical of the gap between American democratic ideals and reality of segregation. The discrimination in America in the 1960s, Black nationalists. This was the ideology that was used, not no existentialism. And you want to try to throw out the church? Goddamn, the church was in front of this movement, our civil rights, our liberation. The Southern Christian Leadership Conference and other organizations that sought to reform American society through non-violent interracial activism. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of part of it, but I wasn't really with that. I was more with the Malcolm X type of thing. But where is the ideology of existentialism in the forefront? 20th century Black nationalists were greatly influenced by who? Marcus Garvey, ladies and gentlemen. This debate over, bro, because you sit up here, your guy, W.E.B. Du Bois, was against Marcus Garvey, the immigrant of the United States who founded the United Negro Improvement Association in 1914. The future, I can see it. Garvey instituted the UNI and organized an absolute purpose for bettering our condition, industrially, commercially, socially, religiously. Where do existentialism deal religiously when they already tell my do as thou will? It's the holy law. I can do what I want. You're a Christian, sir. This goes against your values as you and your family. Garvey and the UNI also promoted Black immigration to Africa in the program of national independence. Where is this movement for Black existentialism? I'm going to show you other ideologies that destroyed Black existentialism because it's not even considered an ideology. It's God is here. You're done. I'm gonna come back to this, y'all.
All right. That's the end of the first round. We are now moving in to the second round. DMG, time will start when you're ready, my brother. Put your stuff up and let's get it in. Right, time to get it in when you're ready, brother. Take your time. Look for your joint. And, let's get it in. Unmute yourself as well. All right, your
All right,
screen
my
is
apologies, family.
it's all right. Time will start when you're ready, brother. When you start speaking.
Gotcha. Give me 1 second. Get back to my slide. All right, we good. Here we go.
All right.
All right. Lewis R. Gordon is the leading contemporary scholar of Black existentialism, a philosophical tradition that examines the unique challenges and affirmations of Black people's existence under oppression and dehumanization. Through his writings and work on decolonizing knowledge, Gordon explores how Black people assert agency, create meaning, and affirm life despite the pervasive structures of anti-Blackness and white supremacy. 1 second.
Whenever you need me to stop the time, you got to let me know.
All right, stop the time right quick.
All right.
Let me stop sharing for a second and then I'm gonna bring it back. All right, you can start my time back. All right. Through his writings and work on decolonizing knowledge, Lewis R. Gordon explores how Black people assert agency, create meaning, and affirm life despite the pervasive structures of anti-Blackness and white supremacy. He has also edited key texts in the field, such as Existence in Black, an anthology of Black existential philosophy, and Black existentialism and decolonizing knowledge. Let me move it down. So JJ talked a lot about what he thinks Black existentialism is. Again, he talking about existentialism. At the beginning, if you go back, family, you'll see that I pulled up definitions of existentialism and Black existentialism. JJ continues to talk about existentialism. His critiques of that are fine, but he needs to talk about Black existentialism. Black existentialism has nothing to do with this individual mind state that he keeps talking about, because Black existentialism not only identifies the existence of the Black individual, but also the Black collective. This is indicated by the writings of Frantz Fanon, Lewis R. Gordon, W.E.B. Du Bois, James Baldwin, Richard Wright, Ralph Ellison. The list goes on and on. But because he does not understand what that is, he continues to talk about something else. Black existentialism does not reject the valuable contributions of Pan-Africanism, the Nation of Islam, or the Moorish Science Temple. Instead, it absorbs their insights, community, pride, and political solidarity, spiritual grounding, while avoiding their limitations by insisting that Black people define themselves, confront oppression, both external and internal. See, my man don't know nothing about this. The craft meaning beyond imposed categories, Black existentialism offers the broadest, most adaptable path to true liberation. Now, let's talk about these other movements for a second. Pan-Africanism often prescribes a shared continental or diasporic identity and political unity project. The NOI and the Moorish Science Temple root identity in specific religious national narratives, IG being a lost tribe of Shabazz or Moorish Americans. These frameworks can inadvertently replace the external label with another. This is why existentialism wins. And again, we're talking about Black existentialism. It resists all imposed essences, including race, nation, or creed, allowing Black people to define themselves beyond borders or dogma. See, JJ's talk like I was trying to get rid of the church. Why would I get rid of the church? I'm a Christian. However, I do understand that the NOI has its place. The Moorish Science Temple has its place. My Kemetic brothers and sisters have their place. If you ever watch my show, you know that I shout out every ideology that Black people are involved in because they Black. As I say at the beginning of each show, if you Black, I'm with you and I hope you with me because I am a Black existentialist. Your religion is irrelevant. Your political views are irrelevant unless they contradict the pushing forth in power of Black people. Again, JJ don't know nothing about that. JJ don't even know who he is. He don't know if he Mandinka Mali, Jeremiah Judah, or JJ 7 Cent. He has no idea how to apply this particular philosophy. He wants to make it a movement or a group or some kind of religious ideology, and it's not that. It's simply defined right here. So what are the core principles? Self-identification over fixed identity. Existentialism centers on the lived experiences of Black people and insists that existence precedes essence. Freedom is created, not inherited. Each person and community defines itself anew, encourages continuous questioning of any authority, political, religious, or cultural or culture that limits its authentic life. Question everything. So yeah, as a Christian, I question elements of Christianity and the church. I question the political frame of the United States of America. I question these so-called authority figures and the power that they feel they have over me because I'm trying to live my authentic Black life, not some framework that somebody created for me. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm DMG. I don't have to figure out if I'm Mandinka Mali or JJ or Jeremiah Judah 7000. It's simple. DMG or AKA your brother Pianki. That's my Kemetic nickname that everybody know me by. But at the end of the day, I know who I am because I'm all about defining my identity. I don't have to continuously try to reinvent myself or redefine it. Why is this best for Black people? Because it emphasizes Black humanity in an anti-Black world. Black existentialism, unlike its Eurocentric counterpart. Remember, it's a difference between Black existentialism and European existentialism. Unlike its European counterpart, it's fundamentally rooted in the struggle against systemic racism and the dehumanization of Black people. It provides a philosophical lens to confront and reclaim Black humanity in the face of a society that has historically defined and distorted it. Again, this is how you know my man don't know what he's talking about. It emphasizes Black humanity in an anti-Black world. Black existentialism, that's the same slide. My bad, y'all.
2 minutes.
I got you. It focuses on Black liberation and empowerment. Let me say that one more time for the people at Sarnetta would say with slow gases. I ain't saying that's Mandinka, I'm just saying, let me say it again for the people with slow gases. Shout out to the Godfather Sarnetta. It focuses on Black liberation and empowerment. Rather than a solitary individualistic quest, I sound like Mandinka, not being able to pronounce stuff. Individualistic quest for meaning, Black existentialism is predicated on the liberation of all Black people from oppression. It analyzes the collective struggles of Black people across the diaspora and affirms their resilience and agency in creating meaning and resisting marginalization. Now, let me say this again, because my man keeps talking about individual this and individual that. Rather than a solitary individual quest for meaning, Black existentialism is predicated on the liberation of all, not some, all, not an individual, all, not one, all Black people from oppression. It analyzes the collective struggles of Black people across the diaspora and affirms their resilience and agency in creating meaning and resisting marginalization. I'm gonna concede the rest of my time to round 3.
All right, man. All right, that's what I'm talking about. We got JJ Mandinka up, ready for round 2. The closer of round 2. Mandinka, are you ready? Time will start when you're ready, brother. How y'all like it out there so far? Y'all see they getting it in. Getting it in. That's what I'm talking about. Time will start when you're ready, brother Jay. Mandinka.
Okay, yeah, let me share my screen first, man.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Get it ready. Yeah. Let's see. Share screen. Okay. Let me get back to where I was at. All right, share. Back up.
Yeah, I see it, but it ain't come up yet. It ain't come through. I see it there. Waiting on it to show itself.
Okay. Yeah, let me get. Come on, man. Why is it doing that?
I see it's trying to come through, but it ain't come through yet.
No. Hold on. Yeah, I see. Hold up. Yeah, I always got technical.
Remove it and bring it back. Try to bring it back. And think.
Apologize for the technical difficulties. You see it, sir?
Yeah, but it ain't coming through. I see it, but it ain't coming through.
Let me try it again.
All right, man. Mandinka had to go out.
Yeah, he a little nervous. I can't blame him. I'm sorry. I can't blame him. I think he you know, last time we talked, he called me Big Beard. I think he intimidated by my beard, man. What happened, sir? I thought you was gonna grow yours out, man.
I'm trying to a little bit. Mine don't grow as fast as yours.
My bad. I see you. I see you.
I'm trying to. All right, here's Mandinka. Mandinka, let's go. Talk to me. Let me make sure you're good.
Yeah, hold up.
Okay. Big beard activity. Oh man.
Let's get back to this. Right, let me know if it come up. Let me see that.
Nothing yet. I don't see nothing yet. All right, it's coming up slowly. All right, there it is. There you go.
Right.
Time will start when you're ready, brother.
Yeah.
The bottom of round 2.
Hold up. Before I like I said, yeah, round 2, man. I hate that y'all had to sit through this nonsense of him bringing up a couple of individuals. A couple of individuals Franz Franklin and whoever else. He want to try to correct me on my pronunciation. He want to talk about JJ changed his name Mandinka, but then he, in the same breath, he talking I'm DMG and I'm Pianki. I was Kim at first. Then my wife turned me over to Christianity. Huh? Look in the mirror, Negro. You don't know who you are. Now, see, here's 25 potential steps for Black collectivism to achieve liberation. He ain't even brought enough kind of plan to the table. See, Black collectivism does community building, fostering strong support communities to prioritize collective well-being. You got education and awareness. Where's existentialism movement dealing with this? They promote official critical thinking, cultural awareness, and historical knowledge within the community. Black collectivism is dealing with a community, not just I'm an individual to be free and be a rude Paul, to be a gay poet. These are some of the leaders that he have in his organization that I ain't even got to bring out yet. I already did the video. It's a whole bunch of gay guys. And one of the leaders in this movement right now is Rude Paul. Go look at a prominent existentialist, because he can be free and do what the hell he wants. But DMG ain't gonna tell you that. See, we deal with economic empowerment. Where's that existentialism? We develop corporate businesses. We support Black-owned entrepreneurship and invest in community-based economic incentives. How is Black existentialism the best ideology for us? And there's no framework. There's no groundwork. There is no movement. Who's the leader right now in 2025? He can't even tell you. He's going back to W.E.B. Du Bois, a goddamn coon. A goddamn coon that was against us going back to Africa. Let's get back to my thing, bro. Now look at it. The cultural nationalization of Maluna Karinga in the U.S. organization, a philosopher and an activist who founded the U.S. organization of cultural nationalist group that emerged in the 60s. So these are the type of ideologies and movements that we need to be growing off of. Not no individualistic movement that was founded by a whole bunch of gay guys. He don't even want me to get into that. A whole bunch of white gay guys, and then the Black gay guys took over and started pushing the movement. He don't want to tell. He wants to. You put the word Black in front of it, and now the ideology changed. No, it don't, sir. Now, Karinga's ideology emphasizes on the importance of Black cultural heritage. Where does existentialism deal with Black cultural heritage and the need for African Americans to reclaim their history and their identity? You can't show us that. Here go the source right here: WWE Black Post Origins African American History, Kaganga Maluna, 1941. Now, the U.S. organization promoted the celebration of Kwanzaa. See, this is identifying with us, the revolutionary nationalism, and the Black Panther Party is a collective thing. Why won't you show the definition for existentialism when you say, I need myself? It's individualistic. There is no Malcolm X. None of them was fooling with this, bro. Huey P. Newton, Angela Davis, none of them was fooling with this nonsense. See, you're lucky just 3 10-minute rounds because you can't really get enough out. But the Black Panther Party, founded in 1966 by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, was a revolutionary nationalistic organization. You will never hear nationalistic and goddamn existentialism in the same sentence. You will hear Black nationalism, Black collectivism, Pan-Africanism, Afrocentric, Afro-spirituality, the church, the Nation of Islam, all of these ideologies, and he's going to put a European ideology in front of us and say it's the best? You ain't proved nothing today. You told us about a couple of individuals. So, Sage, I don't know what you're talking about in the audience. Where his sources at? Where his groundwork? He ain't showing nothing but his own opinion. Now, the party's ideology emphasizes on the need to arm self-defense and community empowerment. Where's the armed self-defense and community empowerment existentialism movement? Who's the leader of this? Where that? Where was Franz Fanon out there with the guns and getting in front of the people and doing the WIC program? Because they weren't dealing with no individualistic movement, sir. You're cooked. The Black Panther Party community programs, such as the free breakfast program for children and health clinics, help build a sense of community. Existentialism does not build a self of community. Now, how about this? The influence of Malcolm X. Where your little leader at, Franz Ferdinand? Sound like a little fairy pop. Malcolm X, a prominent figure in the Nation of Islam, was a major influence on Black nationalist ideologies. You mean tell me you want to put existentialism, a goddamn European ideology, and can put it on us? We don't think like them, sir. His advocates for black self-defense. Where's the black self-defense advocates for existentialism and black self-defense correlation? You won't find it. His critique of racism and imperialism and the emphasis on the need for African Americans to assert their rights and dignity helped shape the black nationalist movement. And it ain't got nothing to do with no existentialism. That's all individualists that come from Europeans and got them fairy pops. The Chris Harris types. Malcolm X, all the light-skinned and looking elder bars is one that claim they want to be the blackest one, and they got them, they the coons, the W.E. Du Boises. Well, we ain't going back to Africa. We got to stop this nonsense. He's a boule. He's a boule. Malcolm X later worked, particularly his critique on the Nation of Islam and his embrace of Orthodox Islam also helped shape more nuanced, inclusive understanding of black nationalism. This black nationalism, I can just beat you up with this by itself. By itself. You want me to get into some more components? Where's your groundwork for? Here, let me give you some more, sir. So you want to sit up here and get in front of us. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. How about this? 25% of collectivism. It deals with mental health support, prioritize mental health, provide support networks, and promote self-care practices. This is what black nationalism provide for our people. What is the existentialism? Where that? Where the mental health support from existentialism movement? There is no movement. You want to get in front of me with this. How about this? Family and community support. So what black nationalism do, it strengthens our family bond, supports single-parent household, and provide resources for vulnerable community members. There, you won't find it. I just heard this shit up. Excuse me. Y'all just heard this recently from these dudes. You got youth development. Where's existentialism dealing with our youth? Huh? Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, bro. Huh? Modern day nationalists continue to critique systematic racism and oppression. Thinkers such as Kenyaga, Yamahata Taylor, and Tanisha Coates have argued that racism is a fundamental aspect of American society. Existentialism don't deal with that, ladies and gentlemen. It's just an individual thing. I can be free. I can be RuPaul and Elton John and express myself. I ain't really got time to go into all these leaders, but I can really show y'all that a lot of these leaders were a bunch of LGBT characters, black. See, here's the source right here. Now, black nationalists also have been influenced by the feminists. No, we ain't gonna do that. Hold on, we ain't doing that. Now, black nationalism is a complex and multifaceted ideology that has evolved over time from the early manifestation of the 19th century and the contemporary forms. Black nationalism has played a significant role in shaping American culture and identity. Where is this black existentialism? What has it done for us? Who's the leaders? You talking about somebody who died 100 years ago? Where are they at now? You want to go against all the ideologies for our people, the church, the mosque, the Nation of Islam, the 5%ers, the Hebrew Israelites, the black nationalism, Pan-Africanism, and say some European concept that you put black in front of is going to save our and help our people and bring us together when the whole core concept is life is meaningless. It's absurd. Life is meaningless and absurd. That goes against your biblical principles, sir. In your Bible, is not going to tell you that life is meaningless. It's going to give you a goddamn a blueprint to deal with life and how to get past out of this material world to get into the goddamn spiritual. Where's the essence of spiritual beliefs and concepts? You can't just throw that out. Oh, we just accept everybody. You got this from Europeans, sir, and you know it. Like I say, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why he got in front of us trying to prove that existentialism is the best ideology when there is no groundwork, there is no framework. We haven't seen any of this, no proof and no pudding. Where is that? Show it to us in your third round. Show it to us with the black leaders doing the civil rights movement and the abolitionist movement was using this ideology because you got in front of us and said this was the best. You're done, sir. You're lucky this is only 10-minute rounds, and I'm going to cook you in the question and answer round. But you're going to have to
All right, man. That's the end of the second round. That's moving into our top of the third inning with our brother DMG is in the building. Let's go, brother. Time will start when you're ready. I see your sliders up already. That's the one you're going with? Unmute yourself, brother.
All right. So, okay.
When you're ready.
All right, you can start time.
Okay.
All right, family. So it's okay, y'all. Listen, it's okay. Y'all can laugh at JJ. It's all right, because that's what he's here to do. He's here to make y'all laugh. He ain't here to educate y'all. I'm here to educate y'all. So that being said, as y'all can see, my man said a whole lot of gibberish, but he ain't say a lot of information. So let me give y'all some quick information right quick before I get back into the slides. So y'all heard him say Malcolm X and the Black Panther Party, they didn't follow this. He said they ain't follow it, right? Malcolm X or the Black Panther Party. Quick Google search. Any of y'all can do this. Y'all can literally, while y'all watching, Google this. Did Malcolm X and the Black Panther Party follow Black existentialism? Here's what Google says. Malcolm X, though not introduced to existentialism through formal education, developed his ideas through his work as an activist and conversion to Islam.
Time out, brother. I'm stopping your time. Do you got the right slide up? I don't think you got the right slide.
No, I'm just reading this side. Like I said, before I get into my slides, I'm just reading this.
All right, time resume.
Appreciate it.
All right.
So Malcolm X, though not introduced to existentialism through formal education, developed his ideas through his work as an activist and his conversion to Islam. His philosophies on self-respect and cultural identity align with that school of thought. Again, y'all can Google this yourself. Y'all ain't got to take my word for it, but let's talk about the Black Panther Party right quick, since my man is lying and whatnot. All right. The Black Panther Party was heavily influenced by Malcolm X's insistence on Black self-determination and armed self-defense against oppression. The Black Panther Party's ideology, which included revolutionary nationalism and socialist principles, reflected and advanced many Black existentialist concepts. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people with slow gases. Shout out to my man, Sarnetta. The Black Panther Party's ideology, which included revolutionary nationalism and socialist principles, reflected and advanced many Black existentialist concepts. Again, Google it for yourself. Don't take your boy DMG word for it. It's right there. So he said they didn't do it. I'm just like, my mans don't know what he's talking about. He is the HOK GOAT. He's the HOK GOAT of not knowing what he's talking about. Now, why is it better for Black people? Why is this philosophy better for Black people? It addresses double consciousness drawn on W.E.B. Du Bois' concept. Black existentialism explores the psychological burden of double consciousness. The internal conflict of seeing oneself both through one's own Black identity and through the lens of prejudiced white society. This provides a framework for understanding and resolving this psychological duality. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Why is it better? That's the same slide, my bad. It values self-identification and authenticity. The ideology emphasizes importance of Black people defining themselves authentically, rejecting and recoding the negative stereotypes and controlling images imposed by white supremacy. In this way, it fosters a healthy and affirming Black identity. It addresses both external oppression and inner effects thereof. It provides tools for self-identification rather than imposed definitions. It also offers a framework that integrates history, culture, psychology, and politics. My man don't know nothing about that, y'all. So what's the conclusion? Let's do this. It's a call to action. Black existentialism / Africana critical theory is not merely theoretical. It's a lived necessity. It encourages Black people to claim their voice, identity, and freedom. It supports institutions, communities, intellectual work that empowers rather than neutralizes. It's a call to study, teach, and create resistance and put those things into practice. Again, my mans don't know nothing about this. What are the practices and movements? Civil rights and Black power leaders, and you have examples. James Baldwin was known as one of the biggest civil rights activists. He was a friend to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., as well as Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, and others. You got Ella Baker's grassroots strategy. You got Fannie Lou Hamer, who applied Black existentialist principles to galvanizing our people to vote during the civil rights movement. From Baldwin to Baker, the existential call to authenticity powers real world change. Again, my man don't know nothing about that. And so that gets into my references for anybody that want to pause the video, look at those, they can go check them. You can go, anything I said here can be researched and found. It is standard fare in this field of philosophy. Black existentialism or Africana critical theory is taught in universities. Again, you have Ralph Ellison, James Baldwin, William Moore Jones, Lewis R. Gordon. He said I didn't name any current people who was Black existentialist authors. I did say Lewis R. Gordon is the leading Black existentialist author and philosopher. My man's I don't know what he got in his ears. Might need to, they got them things that you can draw out all the stuff. He might need one of them because he didn't address nothing I said. He played himself by constantly evoking criticisms to existentialism. In my first slide, one of my first slides, I put the definitions for both of these philosophies up. The only thing that Black existentialism and European existentialism share is the word existentialism, as in the study of existence. But we know, I don't care if you walk in a Black church and you walk in a white church. I don't care if you watch how Black people and white people socialize. I don't care how you draw that dividing line. We know Black, when you put Black in front of something, it changes things. Hence why European existentialism and Black existentialism ain't the same thing. From a core definition standpoint, they not the same thing, but my man, he can't comprehend that. Slow gases, and it's okay. I'm here to teach him, and he here to entertain y'all and make y'all laugh. So listen, I'm gonna go down again. Lewis R. Gordon is the leading Black existentialist thinker, philosopher, and writer here in the 21st century. You also got Ta-Nehisi Coates. I don't know what my man's talking about. We having two different debates. He talking about individualism. This ain't what that is. This is about the individual and the collective.
You already lost. You already lost.
You need to mute your mic, Doc. You need to mute your mic. I don't know what we doing.
Yeah, you can't do that, brother. You got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
All right, 2 minutes. So let me sum this up. Black existentialism is a philosophical framework that examines the lived and experienced situations of Black people in a world that is constantly trying to erase that existence. I don't know what homeboy talking about. He can't even control himself. He said my wife brought me to Christianity and listen, whatever that's supposed to mean, I don't know. But when you've been married 28 years, not just claiming people your wives and whatnot, when you've been married 28 years, it's all good. See, I don't listen to people who can't provide the same type of situation I'm providing. If you can't come with a 28-year marriage, I don't even know why you're talking to me about me and my wife. I don't just claim people to be my wife, Doc. I actually been with my wife for 28 years. You need to get like me. You got 28 more years to live. I see you say you got a new wife. I hope you got 28 more years to live with her. That being said, family, Black existentialism and European existentialism are two different things. I proved that. I secured that. My man having a different debate. At the end of the day, Black existentialism is about us self-identifying ourselves. As my teacher, my master teacher, Baba Saber, Maurice Seneferu, head of the Temple of Het Haru, says, you African have the power to intercede on behalf of yourself. That's Black existentialism. That's the only path to liberation.
Game, they can't take the pressure, sign it. You gotta have your shit together, sign it. They be cracking out the pressure, sign it, sign it. Yeah, look, this the toughest environment streaming. If you ain't got a source, ain't you preaching. It's the home of consciousness and commission.
All right, Mandinka, we're in the bottom of the third. It's on you, my brother, to close this thing out with a bomb. Man. And time will start when you start. You got 10 minutes in this round, brother. The bottom of the third, last and final round.
And we can start
time
right
will
now.
start when you're ready.
Start right now. Hold on. Let me
time is starting when you're ready.
Let me get my screen showing. Yeah, let me get my screen. Hold up. I ain't gonna say nothing till I get my screen up.
All right, y'all should be getting y'all rebuttals ready. Rebuttal is next round. Right after this.
Let's see.
I got 5-minute rebuttals after this.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right, let me know when you see my screen.
All right, the screen is trying to come up. Not yet, not yet. It's on there, but it's trying to come up. Hold on.
Oh, is this the one I want? Okay. All right.
Yeah, it ain't come up yet. It ain't pop up.
Here it is.
I see it. It ain't pop up.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Y'all see it now?
Nope.
Y'all see it? Y'all see the screen?
No.
Huh?
There you go.
Okay, it's coming up.
There it is.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, he keep trying to fall back on W.E.B. Du Bois, ladies and gentlemen. This dude was a plant. He was an agent. Somebody sent in. Anytime that you start working with Margaret Sanger, look at it. This just kills your leader right here. This kills your leader. Your leader came to the table working with Margaret Sanger. Black folks in birth control. God told us to be fruitful and multiply. But the American Negro has been going through a great period of stress, not only in present-day depression, but long before. And like I say, once again, he's not going to show you the definition of this existentialism that nobody heard of, and him and his little flunkies acting like they heard of it. Nigga, I brought this out. I caught Chris Harris talking about it, something that he don't know nothing about. This information comes from Europeans. It did not come directly from an African mind, an African philosophy, an African ideology. He want to put black in front of it. See? But this W.E. Du Bois guy was working against Marcus Garvey, Booker T. Washington, and he was working against our people. He only said that the 10th of us, only artists, should be our leaders. The carpenters and the roofers and the electricians, they don't count. Only the top 10 of his boule, Phi Gamma Ray, whatever the goddamn college institution, boules and goddamn guardians to the crown. You want to get in front of us with this boule madness and think they're supposed to be our leader? Look at this, y'all. The American, they wanted birth control in our area. Here it is right here. Your leader's dead, nigga. Excuse my language. The American Negro has been going through a great period of stress, not only in present depression, reduced by ignorance and prejudice, and his former tradition of early marriage and large families has been a grave strain on the budget. This is what he's telling us, on which we seeking not merely to maintain him. Some of his leaders were white scholars that influenced him. Now, enslaved, every incentive was furnished to raise the largest number of children possible. The chief surplus crop of Virginia and other border states consists of natural increases of slaves and is realized in its consequent slave trade to feed the plantations of the lower South and Southwest. Frederick Bancroft had recently shown us that the trade in the decade 1850 to 60 involved an average annual sales of 800,000 human beings, representing the per capita. Even then, birth control, look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at his leader. Let me highlight your leader, sir. Even then, birth control was secretly exercised by more intelligent slaves. This W.E. Du Bois character always looked down upon the ones who wasn't as educated. A lot of us in the audience ain't as educated as the next person. So you wouldn't even fit in W.E. Du Bois's ideology, because he only want a tenth of you to lead the way. The rest of the 90% don't even have a goddamn collective idea on what we're supposed to do as a people. I don't know what he's talking about. And none of his goddamn flunkies. Even then, birth control was secretly exercised by a more intelligent slave. Now see this, as we know from many reminiscences, after emancipation, there arose inevitable clashes of ideas between those Negroes who were striving to improve their economic position and those whose religious faith made the limitation.
All right, I'm stopping your time at 4:21. Look like you got pulled off. You got 4:21. I'm stopping your time, and you froze on the screen. So let's get JJ back. Let's get him back. Let me kick him out so he know he's out of here, and he'll pop back up. I stopped the brother's time.
Let me do a shameless plug again. Family, please subscribe to Paradigm Shift TV 314. Please subscribe to Paradigm Shift TV 314. I was going to do it a third time and do my Dr. Umar impression, but I ain't going to do that. Paradigm Shift TV 314. Go subscribe. We got a big 3-day event coming up, Debate Mania #1. 4 powerful matches. Go over there and subscribe. You will see the promo. It's going to be a big, powerful event. And y'all already know, as I always tell y'all, the reason I do what I do on YouTube and the rest of us do what we do on YouTube is because of the man y'all see up here on the screen with me. Shout out to the Godfather, Sarnetta, for giving us the blueprint for these debates, these debate events, and all the content we be doing on YouTube.
Right. Thank you, brother. Let's get it back. Come on, Mandinka. Let's go. Let's go.
He nervous, son. Like I'm.
Judah, you still here?
Big Beard Energy got him.
Judah Nazareth, you still here? Judah Naz. Shout out to my man, Yara Mandinka. Yara, the Black Sage in the building. Hey, Judah, remember the last debate you were supposed to have, but the brother couldn't make it? I want to revisit that. I spoke to him yesterday, and we would like to revisit that if you are up to it. The brother hit me up yesterday and said that he would like to revisit it because y'all really never got it in. He had to go out of town. So it's up to you, brother. If you want to revisit that debate, let me know and we can set it up. Yeah, with King Seth. Exactly. With King Seth. Heck yeah. Okay. There you go. Judah Naz is saying, heck yeah. I'll give him a call tomorrow and let him know. We come up with a date. We'll come up with a date. Maybe next Saturday if y'all ready. Y'all should have y'all information ready. Did y'all see me interview some Masons today? Some Freemasons today? It was the African Day Parade, and I ran up on them and interviewed some of them. They talking about it ain't no secrets, none of that. But then he contradicted himself. Later on, he said, yeah, I asked him about the science of Kemetic studies. He said, well, you know, it's a secret because you got to be in the Masons to know it. I'm like, oh, I thought it was no secrets. So he made a mistake and contradicted himself. I was like, yo, brother, I want to get free, man. What's the secret, man? I'm trying to get free. It ain't no secrets. We don't have secrets in the Masonry. And then later on, he came out and said, the Kemetic science and studies is a secret. You got to be in it to know it. I'm like, oh, man, you just killed yourself. You killed yourself.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, King said he saw that. He saw that. I was live with it out there today.
Shout out to King Cell.
All right, come on, JJ. What's going on, man? You got to get up there, bro.
He can't take it, man. He nervous. He know he missed the mark on this, man. We not even talking about the same thing. Hey,
Yeah.
listen. The man thought Franz Fanon was a white man. Y'all go over to A1 channel, the Debate Coliseum. Everybody subscribe.
Right, hold on. Yo, where you at, brother?
Yeah. Okay. Am I?
Yeah, you off. I stopped you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell him I got.
All right, come on, brother. Come on.
How much time I got?
You got like about, let me see. About 7, you got about like 7 minutes and change. Yeah, you got I stopped your time at 4:21. 4:21. That's when I stopped it.
That's all right. Okay, hold on. Let me get back in here, man. Damn.
Oh, man.
Hey, Sonetta.
No, you can't say nothing, DMG. You can't say nothing right now. You gotta let it pop up back in.
Hold on, let me. All right, put it like that. I'm talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Be quiet, bro. Be quiet. You ain't no discipline.
All right, come on, just come on in. I'm gonna hang up. All right. Oh man, JJ didn't know he was off. He thought he was still talking.
That's what I'm saying. That's crazy. Hey, y'all go over to the Debate Coliseum, my man A1 channel. Check that brother out, support him. He trying to come up in this YouTube game, just like me. It's a video on there that says Mandinka Molly puts out
yo, I don't mind you calling out your channel, but nobody else.
I got you.
I don't mind you, my brother. Nobody else, bro.
No doubt.
Nobody show love to me. See, you show love all the time, you know?
No doubt.
Those who show love back. Yeah, okay, here we go. Mandinka. All right, here you go. Mandinka, you got 4:21. You ready? Let me know when you're ready.
Let me get. Yeah, I was talking to y'all. I didn't know I was off. Hold up, man.
Yeah.
Let me get back to this.
You using the phone?
I got this. Let's hold up for a minute. It don't matter if I'm using the computer, but guess what? It don't even matter. You're getting beat up.
Okay.
Hold up, bro. Let me get back to the screen.
Oh, man.
DMG, you got to go on mute, brother.
Could you mute your mic, sir?
My bad.
Drink your liquor behind the scenes, bro.
So I never talked to him. Yeah. He interrupted me. I ain't never interrupted him.
Be quiet.
All right. Come on,
be quiet, bro.
All right, Mandinka. No, that's me, man. That's me. That's me.
Yeah. Let me get back to it. How much of the birth control letter did you hear? Did y'all hear this? I can start it over.
No, we didn't hear that part. Let's
How
go.
much did y'all hear? Did y'all hear about this? Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can hear.
Okay.
We ain't seen none of that. None of that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, none of that. God damn, who I've been talking. So look, like I said, this guy, his leader, W.E.D. Du Bois, promotes and hangs with Margaret Sanger, sending her money to put these Planned Parenthoods in our neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? He promoted this. He was backing this. So you want to get in front of us and promote this guy? Look at this. The American, see, I'm glad you see, I thought I was hearing this. Now watch this. The American Negro has been going through a period of stress, not only through present depression, but long before it. His income reduced, ignorance of prejudice. But watch how this Du Bois talk about his own people, y'all. Now, as slaves, every incentive was furnished to raise large numbers of children possible, which that's our culture, that's our nature. But this guy is promoting the Planned Parenthood. The chief surplus of crop in Virginia on the border state consists of natural increase of slaves, and it was realized in a consistent slave trade to feed the plantations of the lower South and Southwest. Now, after emancipation, this inevitable clash between those Negroes who were striving to improve their economic position and those who had religious faith made the limitation of children a sin. See, those who had the religious faith said, no, the limitation of children is a sin. This is what God said, be fruitful, multiply, and go against his core of value. But his leader, W.E.D. Du Bois, was working with the enemy. So how is his ideology the best for us? Now look at this, y'all. In addition to this, low income, which Negroes received, made bachelorhood and spinstership widespread in the naturally, resulting in lowering in some classes and sex standards. On the other hand, the mass ignorant, look how he talk about us. The mass, this is a letter from this guy. Look, W.E.D. Du Bois right here. He calls us mass ignorant Negroes. Still breed carelessly. Look at that, y'all. And disastrously. This your leader? Malcolm X and all the other leaders of Pan-African movements want us to be fruitful and multiply, just like the Bible. So that this increase among Negroes, and even more than the increase among whites, is from the part of the population least intelligent and fit. This is what he calling y'all. Now, I know y'all ain't that damn. Come on, man. Y'all seeing what his leader, what he's saying about us? Look at this. Least intelligent and fit, and least able to rear their children properly. There comes the difficult, insistent problem of spreading among Negroes and intelligent. You see how he separate Negroes and intelligent? And clearly recognize the concept of popular birth control, so that young people can marry, have companionship and natural health, and yet not have children until they are able to take care of them. This, of course, requires, in the first place, a revision of general laws. In the second place, it calls for a more liberal attitude among Negro churches. He wants the church to control how we have kids. The churches are open in the most part of the intelligent propaganda of any sort of the American Birth Control, of the American Birth Control League. Now he's trying to put the churches up to stop us and sterilize us, working with Margaret Sanger. You have no answer for that. You have no proof or any kind of, oh, well, he don't know what existentialism is. None of y'all know what it is because nobody used it in the civil rights movement. It was black nationalism, black collectivism, black Pan-Africanism, Afrocentralism, the Bible, and the goddamn Quran. Where's this European ideology where it galvanized us? Where? Because you got a couple of little weird guys, Fran, and goddamn some little gay poet. You got a little gay poet in front of your movie. And then in 2025, RuPaul is in front of it, dude. So moreover, there are, look how this dude talk about his people. You're not going to tell me you haven't shown us no plan for existentialism? You haven't shown us no 25
1 minute and a half.
Steps? None of that, bro. You just been up here running your mouth and throwing ad homs, talking about you the big man with the big beard. You slow. You went backwards. You went to white Jesus from Anubis, goddammit, to white Jesus because your wifey told you. What man is that, sir? Since you want to throw hints, since you want to throw shots, you ain't on the level of debating with me, sir. You haven't proven anything. The onus of proof is on you. The burden of proof is on you. You're supposed to be telling us this goddamn great plan that you're existentialist. He ain't told us no leader. These guys he talking about is dead, or they writing little books. Where's that in front of the community? Where's they getting shot and killed for the movement? Huh? Your guys are nothing but a bunch of fairy guys and goddamn it poets. That's what they are in 2025, sir. And I'm gonna say this before I close out. Black existentialism is not the best ideology for the Black community. You know why? Because there is no groundwork for it. There is no trail of showing how it was used to help our people. He talking about a couple of fellas. Then he was talking Malcolm. Malcolm X he was a black nationalist. You will not see nowhere when he talking about he was a black existentialist. You made it up.
This is up to saying by the screaming. Yeah, they can't take the pressure aside it. You gotta have your shit together on sign it. And they be cracking under pressure on sign it. Yeah. This the toughest saying by the screaming. If you ain't got a source, then you reaching.
All right. The end of round 1, 2, and 3. We are now upon the 5-minute rebuttal. Mandinka, as he's preparing for his rebuttal, to say his rebuttal, you should be preparing for yours. Mandinka, Mali, DMG, it's on you, brother. Time will start when you're ready. Unmute yourself, brother. All right, I'll let both of y'all, hold up, I'll allow both of y'all to have y'all shot earlier because it came too quick. I didn't want to stop y'all. But no more insults towards each other, or no insults towards the wives. Let's keep all of that out of it, and let's go for the rebuttal. Let's go. Time will start when you're ready.
All right, so no insult. Like I said, I've been married 28 years to one woman.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying. Now let's go to the definition because I read this at the beginning, but my man couldn't hear it.
This is your rebuttal right here. 5 minutes. It's on you, DMG.
Yes, sir. Existentialism is concerned with existence, freedom.
I'm out. I'm gonna start your time over. Are you sharing your screen?
No, I'm just reading the definition again.
Okay. All right. Time will start. Go ahead.
Appreciate it. Existentialism is concerned with existence, freedom, choice, and authenticity. Black existentialism is rooted in reflection of existential reflection rooted in anti-Black racism and colonialism. It critiques domination and affirms Black agency. Now, again, this is for the people with slow gases. Existentialism is concerned with existence, freedom, choice, and authenticity. Black existentialism is a reflection rooted in anti-Black racism and colonialism. It critiques domination and affirms Black agency. Again, the brother keeps saying Malcolm X, Louis P. Newton, Black Panther, they didn't do it. I did a quick Google search, just a quick Google search. All of y'all in the chat, there's 250 some people watching. All 250 people, all 250 of y'all, do the same Google search. Did Malcolm X and the Black Panther Party follow Black existentialism? It's gonna give you the same information it gave me. The answer was yes, emphatically. It was yes. He don't know what he's talking about. HOK GOAT, not knowing what he's talking about. Now, again, he keeps saying that for whatever reason, this is gay and that's gay and he gay and she gay. Listen, James Baldwin was gay. Nobody knew it until he was a much older man because he wasn't talking about gay rights. He was talking about Black rights. He wasn't talking about gay existence. He was talking about the existence of Black people, Black existentialism. Never mentioned anything about being gay. Now, What he did say, regardless of if he was gay, is that to be a Negro in America and be relatively conscious is to be in an almost constant state of anger. I don't care what his sexuality is, that statement remains true from the day he said it till right now. That's Black existentialism. I don't know what homeboy talking about. I don't know what he talking. He talking about W.E.B. Du Bois, the Boule, all of that. We talking about is Black existentialism, the best ideology for Black people. I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Baba Saber and Morris Neferu. You African have the power to intercede on behalf of yourself. That's Black existentialism in a nutshell. Homeboy talking about something else, but he here to entertain y'all and make y'all laugh. I'm here to educate people on what Black existentialism is. I concede the rest of my time.
I know. You want to? Hey,
all right, hold on, Mandinka, hold on. All right, Mandinka, you got 5 minutes in your rebuttal. After this, as he's doing this, DMG, you should be getting your questions ready. You got 3 questions to ask Mandinka, and Mandinka have 3 questions to ask you. Time will start when you're ready, Mandinka.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a sham. That's all he did was get up here with his goddamn black beard and act like he's more educated than anybody else. Your existentialism has its roots in European philosophy, European ideology. You can't name us the great African philosophers like the Hoteps and all the different guys that we got. Your existentialism doesn't deal with our people. You haven't showed us no groundwork. What have you showed us, son? What has he showed us? Where's the existentialism boycotting the bus? Where's the existentialism in the goddamn the Capitol building getting spit on with signs? We know that they're existentialists. We don't know these people. Then you want to try to protect a couple of gay guys? That's not my fault, sir. There is nothing about your ideology that trumps over Black nationalism, Black collectivism, the burden of proof was on you, and you didn't show us no works. You didn't show in 1964, this is what the group of existentialists did. You didn't show us that. Where was Franz Franklin or whatever the little weird soft powder puff was at? He was hiding behind his goddamn poetry and his books. He wasn't in the front line like Malcolm X. He wasn't in the front line like Huey P. Newton. And you want to come up here and get in front of it. This is why you didn't even want to do a preliminary over here, because you know you didn't want the people to know that this nonsense is, that it come from Europeans and a whole bunch of gay goddamn white guys. That's where it come from. You won't see a collective plan with existentialism. In my question round, I'm going to ask you, where's the collective behind this? Who is the leaders? You done broke up some guy that you pulled up and Googled in the middle of the debate. Who does that? Google in the middle of the debate. You're supposed to already be ready, sir. But this is what he did. He Googled in the middle of the debate. And then, like I said, are you saying that Black existentialism is better than Pan-Africanism, better than Black collectivism, better than that Black nationalism, proven ideologies that has somewhat helped our people? You can't show us that. Show us a Black existentialism movement without trying to add, well, yeah, they were also Pan-Africanism. No, you show us the works, bro. You can't. Let me get back to this before my time is up. Let me get back to this, bro. This dude's dead in the water. He didn't bring y'all nothing. He didn't prove this was the best for us. How? How is it best for us spiritually? How is it best for us economically? How is it best for us for our education? How is it best for our community? Where's the existential guide to show you how to do with morality and deal with your parents? There is no guideline for this because he already said there wasn't a movement. So how is it best for us? We moving, goddamn. We want to move together in a unit, not no individualistic goddamn type of way, bro. You want to talk about my pronunciation? You want to talk about who I am and who I ain't? That's your problem. You dealing with individualism. I come as a collective, sir. You don't. You come as just, well, such and such was doing this and such, but you haven't showed us, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to go back and look at this. Look, collectivism, collective ideology, that's Pan-African, Black nationalism, determination, dogmatic ideas of Christian socialism. Where is this existentialism? Eternal civil rights activism with a strong emphasis on external validation. Where's the community effort with what building can we go to? Where's he at? He's not a threat, you're a leader, because you don't have one. You already said it wasn't a movement, sir. Look at this, y'all. Let me keep going. Look at this. We got all these other ones. We got Pan-African and Black nationalism, nonviolent resistance, Christian socialism, Marxism, abolitionism, civil rights activism, Garveyism. You mean to tell me that your ideology was the best out of all of these, but we can't even find no history of it in the civil rights movement? Where's the self-defense existentialism group where they get the guns out in front of the middle of the street and head yelling Black power, we existentialists? I hear him say we Black power. I hear him saying Plan Action. I hear him saying RBG. I hear him say we a Hebrew Israelite. I hear him saying we a Moor. I hear him saying we from the Nation of Islam. You already got beat up, bro. Get in front of us with this nonsense. Where is this existential movement? Only time we can find it is in the LGBT community. That's the strongest existential movement that you're going to see. He already admitted a couple of them some gay fairy pops. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I came to you, I brought you Black nationalism, I talked about Pan-Africanism, I talked about Black collectivism. I ain't have to do that because the burden of proof is really on him to prove that he failed miserably.
All right. We are now at the mark of the Q&A. You have at least a minute and a half to answer the question. You can't cut him off. You can ask your question, but you have to allow him his minute and a half to answer it. If you want to finish before a minute and a half, that's cool. He could be finished in 30 seconds. It's up to him. All right. So, DMG.
We agreed that I would ask the question first since he went first, and then I'll close out since he went first. But in the question round, he's going to ask mine first.
Okay, no problem. All right, Mandinka, ask your question, but allow him his minute and a half to answer.
Yeah. All right, DMG. My first question to you is, can you prove that this ideology of existentialism came out of Africa?
Unmute yourself, brother.
I can't prove that it came out of Africa. I can prove it came from someone of African descent. Again, this is a philosophical framework that identifies Black existence in the face of colonialism, white supremacy, and racial oppression. There are no white Black existentialist philosophers. You can't find one. You might be able to find a philosopher that comment on it, but you can't find a white Black existentialist philosopher or writer because it's Black. So it came out of the minds, plural, of people of African descent. I can't say that it comes out of Africa.
Okay, so my second question is, if we as a people identify ourselves and our ancestors as African, a lot of us do, how can an ideology that don't come up out of the way we think, come up out of Africa, be the best ideology out of Pan-Africanism, out of Black nationalism, out of Black collectivism? How does these three get beat by your ideology that came from Europe, sir? Go ahead.
All right. So again, the brother is demonstrating that he just don't listen. I talked about how Black existentialism relates to Pan-Africanism, the NOI, Moore Science Temple, any of these groups. So I'm gonna read my slide again. Black existentialism does not reject, one more time for the people with slow gases. Black existentialism does not reject the valuable contributions of Pan-Africanism, the Nation of Islam, or Moore's Science Temple. Instead, it absorbs their insights, community, pride, political solidarity, spiritual grounding, while avoiding their limitations. Again, whatever my brother got in his ears, he got to pull it out. I already addressed this.
So, are you saying that some ideology that absorbs ideas from other ideologies is already established? They're already established, and you're telling me because they absorb the Pan-African, I don't even see it, y'all, because you got a couple of guys in there. So how the absorbing from other Black ideologies make this one better when it don't even come from us? Can you explain that?
What was your question?
How you said existentialism, pay attention, sir. You said that it absorbs, it doesn't reject Pan-Africanism. But these ideologies are already established. This is the up and coming. This is 1970. Your stuff is brand new. African spirituality and all these other ideologies have already been out there. So my question is, how does this trump over all these other ones that's already established and has proven groundwork, sir?
Well, again, you said something that wasn't true. You said this is the new kid on the block. I assert it again. You know, it's an art to listening. So again, that's another Sinetta quote. It's an art to listening, JJ. I said at the beginning of my presentation, Black existentialist thought goes back to the 19th century thinkers like Frederick Douglass, like Sojourner Truth, like Harriet Tubman. You can even add Malcolm Delaney or Martin Delaney. These were the proto-Black existentialist thinkers. They influenced those that we had in the 20th century and those who we have in the 21st century. So again, it's a philosophy. So if it's a Black concept, it can absorb it because that's what philosophy does. It's ever evolving.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, JJ. We are now moving over to DMG. DMG, you got 3 questions that you can ask Mandinka Mali. And then we're going to have y'all 5-minute closing. And then we're going to open up the panel for the people who would like to maybe come in and ask a few questions. I'm going to start when you finish your question.
All right, my first question is this, JJ. Black existentialism emphasizes individual agency and the creation of meaning despite systemic oppression. It also encompasses the collective. So it addresses the individual and the collective. My question is this: how does your preferred ideology empower Black people to define themselves outside of the imposed racial narratives as effectively as Black existentialism does?
Okay. So the civil rights movement, ladies and gentlemen, was primarily driven by ideologies that focus on achieving racial equality, social justice, which existentialism doesn't deal with directly. While liberating is one of it. The key ideologies that we were dealing with civil rights activism focused on achieving equal rights through whether it's a nonviolent movement, whether it's through Black nationalism. These are all ideologies that are recognized in academics, in scholarly circles. Black existentialism is not even recognized in the academic circles. That's an easy Google search, as he would say. I guarantee you, if you pull it up right now, that's my next question. You pull it up right now, you're not going to see Black existentialism as being recognized in these circles. We're going to have Pan-Africanism, who highlighted unity and solidarity. You can shake your head and act like you're confused, because you are. You haven't showed who's the leader of this Black existentialism movement. Give us 5 of them right now. He tried to put Frederick Douglass and Malcolm X in those type of categories. That's a goddamn lie. Because when if you put up the definition of existentialism, anytime that you're going against a collective and you're dealing with individual personal gain or thoughts, or you make up your own morality, they believe that life is meaningless.
Time. All right, DMG.
Life is meaningless, sir.
What's the next question, DMG? Unmute yourself, brother.
My bad, family. I apologize. I had to mute myself so I wouldn't be heard laughing. Black existentialism is not tied to a single nation, religion, or economic system. So my question to you is, in a globalized world where Black identities, experiences are diverse, how does your ideology provide a more flexible, inclusive solution than Black existentialism?
Okay. All right. Because you know why? Because I'm dealing with collectivism, ladies and gentlemen. Your definition deals with an individual. What you're not getting through your brain here, sir. Black Pan-Africanism is a collective, Sarnetta. Black nationalism is a collective. These ideologies share a common theme, such as emphasizing community. Look, yeah, I would laugh too, but you got in front of us, emphasizing community, collective identity, fostering unity and solidarity among Black people, promoting self-determination and empowerment, ladies and gentlemen, highlighting the importance of African heritage. Look, your thing is not even a movement. It's not even recognized in scholarly circles, and you can't even pull it up. I dare you to pull it up before you get up off this stage, sir. Each ideology has its own focus and approach. Collectivism emphasizes shared goals. There's no shared goals in existentialism. It's do as thy will. It's the whole of my goddamn law. I get to do what I want. I get to wear a dress, and I still can show up at the goddamn civil rights meeting. We don't need these type of guys at the rally. We don't need them. This is what DMG promoting. Black existentialism. Y'all ain't never heard this till I called it out. It ain't making no traction. This is just a bunch of bougie Negroes that got their nose in there and want to stop trying to sound more important than everybody else. Remember, this leader only wants the top 10%.
Time. All right, your last and final question, DMG, before we get to the closeout.
All right. The core aim of Black liberation is both the liberation of the collective and the individual. My question to you, JJ, Mandinka, Jeremiah Tudor, and whatever else, what specific mechanisms within your ideology achieve the liberation of both mind and body more effectively than the existentialists, the Black existentialists, demand to create meaning and freedom in the face of white oppression?
Could you repeat that?
All right, I got you. The core aim of Black existentialists is to both assert liberation on the collective and individual front. My question to you is, what specific mechanisms within your ideology achieve liberation of both mind and body more effectively than the Black existentialist demand to create meaning and freedom in the face of white oppression?
Okay. Now, as y'all can see, ladies and gentlemen, earlier, when I got to talking about Black nationalism, I went into mental health. I went into stuff like that. He didn't do that. So you got the nerve to ask me about how do my ideology deal with the mind? When is you going to bring that out, sir? Because you didn't in this debate. See, I deal with guys like Edward Wilmos Blythe, a Liberian intellectual and a political activist for Pan-Africanism and African identity. This let us know when we're talking about African identity, they're talking about us. This come from the land. As I asked him earlier, did this ideology come from Africa? You know what he said? No. No. So he's saying European philosophy and ideologies is for us. This is what this guy is saying. Trying to get you to think that JJ don't know what he's talking about with his little ad homs. Nigga, bro, you are a rookie debater, bro. You have not proven your case. You have not showed us that existentialism is the best ideology for our people, for liberation or anything. It wasn't even used in the Black Civil Rights movement. It wasn't even used in the abolitionist movement. None of that. So I don't even know how you can even ask me when I told you during the debate how I dealt with mental health. When is you going to start what existentialism did with mental health? Here, let me get into some more information, bro. Let me get into some more. How much time I got? How much time I got? At 36?
Time.
All right.
We are now at the closing part of this debate. The final and last part of it is 5 minutes closing. DMG, time will start when you're ready. Close us out, brother.
Hey, hold up. Hey, if you don't mind, I use the restroom. I take a leak.
All right,
DMG,
go ahead, Mandinka.
Yeah, I want to hear his closing, though. Just hold up, DMG. Play a commercial, promote the next debate, whatever you want to do.
All right.
Hey, family. Subscribe to Paradigm Shift TV 314. We got a powerful 3-day event coming up the weekend of October 3rd through October 5th. Debate Mania. Y'all please go over there and subscribe. Check us out. We're trying to get on the same level as my big brother Sinetta. Debate Mania #1, October 3rd through October 5th. Paradigm Shift TV 314.
Yeah, you that say that's on TV. Big dog, he the voice of the streets. It's too much killing in the hood while they creeps out the violence. Show the kids how you say that's not your problem. Yeah, we gon' debate after that. What wait? Teach these brothers that they kings, maybe they won't have to dream. It's a new day, a new era. Time to fall in love with that black that you see up in that mirror, nigga. Peace and love, unity and power. But sit your ass down is for the scholars. Minute after minute, hour after hour. Let me shout out my Yahweh. You can shout out what you lean on. We going live, turn your screen on. Grab a seat, get this knowledge when the team on. Better pay attention before you end up in detention. Let me mention who it be inside that a TV. Black peace, black love, black power. Inside that a TV. We can reach the world inside that a TV.
All right. Now we got 5 minutes in your closing. DMG, time will start when you're ready, brother.
All right, you can start my time.
All right.
So this brother continues to demonstrate that he has no idea what he's talking about. JJ is the HOK GOAT, like he tell y'all he is. He is the HOK GOAT and not knowing what he's talking about. Check this out. My man said Frantz Fanon was a gay poet, a soft poet, a fairy poet, whatever he said. Check this out. Frantz Fanon was considered violent, often described as an apostle of violence. But his concept of violence was specific to the context of anti-colonial liberation, where he saw it as a necessary cleansing act to free colonized Black people from oppression. Now, again, my opponent thought Frantz Fanon was a white man. My opponent said Frantz Fanon was a soft fairy, whatever. Frantz Fanon is called the apostle of violence. What are we talking about? Hey, this ain't no Cersei Lannister thing where she chooses violence on occasions. He chose violence all the time. But check this out. My opponent claims that Black existentialism borrows too heavily from European philosophy and therefore cannot serve Black liberation. That argument misses the essence of the tradition. Black existentialism retools concepts like freedom, absurdity, and authenticity through the lived realities of the African diaspora. Thinkers such as Frantz Fanon, Louis R. Gordon, James Baldwin didn't simply imitate European philosophers. They transformed existentialism by centering the Black experience of racism, colonialism, and the quest for self-identification. Unlike rigid nationalist or religious ideologies, Black existentialism is not bound to a single nation, church, or leader. It is a living, flexible framework that empowers Black people to confront oppression while affirming personal agency and cultural polarity. It speaks to those in the US, the Caribbean, Africa, and beyond, wherever Black people wrestle with what it means to be fully human. So rather than being a borrowed philosophy, Black existentialism is a liberated philosophy created by Black thinkers, not white. Black thinkers, not European thinkers, to help us name our reality, resist dehumanization, and define ourselves on our own terms. That makes it uniquely equipped to be the best ideology for Black people today, tomorrow, and forever. Again, shout out to Baba Saber Amari Seneferu at the Temple of Het Haru right here in St. Louis. You African, you Black man, Black woman, have the power to intercede on behalf of yourself. That's Black existentialism. My man don't know what he's talking about. HOK go to not knowing what he's talking about. It's your brother DMG the poet, AKA Brother Pianki. Salute to all my supporters. Salute to Sinetta for hosting this debate. I think I 03 them, 05 them, whatever you want to call it.
You're done. My turn.
Yo. You can't
look at him. He can't control himself, man.
He can't talk.
I thought he was done or something. He said he was done.
No, it's all right, JJ. Mistake. Go ahead.
I ain't gonna use a tactic.
Hey, last I want to say shout out to my queen for being in the audience. Shout out to my other mama, Mama B, Barbara Cunningham. Shout out to my brother, Neo Love. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. It's your brother DMG. That's that.
Time to set the stage with the lights off. Let the little nigga breathe to the fight's lost. You ain't never like the room with the bright sauce. Hail Mary, they despise what the light brought. Let them roach niggas bleed if they can't see. Side at a TV, what you can't be. They say that murder on my mind, now they can't breathe. Take a picture of the crew, that's your last peep. Oh, it need me of love, yeah, they just me. Keep them jumping like some frogs, so they might be leave when the sun set. And they don't really want to bleed from the gunplay. And like mine, niggas smoking weed on the one-way street, nigga. Yeah, we outside with it. Pull up to debates like we might be with it on guard. Side these niggas like bullshit and they fraud. Let me chop them down with the sword. Walk them down like they live hard. Just the toughest you gon' be in, we too hard. And you don't really want that smoke, my G. With B-side and a TV, this the toughest environment to be in.
All right, Mandinka, let's close this thing out.
Yeah.
You got 5 minutes for your closing. You got 5 minutes for your closing. It's on you, brother. Time will start when you're ready.
Yeah, shout out to the Minister of Music of the Lions Den, Neil Love, Sister Kareema, Lions Den, Apostles of Crime, Black Jesus Minister. Now look at this, y'all. This guy, like I said, he didn't bring a blueprint. He didn't bring any evidence of this existentialism movement. You were just up here running your mouth, happy to be on the stage with me, bro. That's what it was, bro. You didn't show nothing. What did you show? Where's the groundwork, bro? That's what I've been showing you. All the groundwork from Black nationalism. I've been showing you from Black collectivism. All of that. Y'all already know. See, Black collectivism emphasized the importance of community. He didn't say nothing about that. Shared identity. A collective empowerment, whereas existentialism focused on an individual relationship, responsibility, and the personal thoughts of themselves. This is why Black collectivism is considered more beneficial and all the other ideologies I brought up. Community empowerment. What did he talk about that? Black collectivism prioritize the collective well-being and empowerment of the community, recognizing that individual success is often tied to the success of the community. DMG, you didn't do that. I commend you for getting in the ring with me, sir. I know that's been on your bucket list. Now you're going down as somebody. Yeah, look, I me and DMG already talked before the debate. We good. A shared identity. It acknowledges the shared experiences, the history and struggles of Black people. This is what Black collectivism is. Y'all put it to the table. Y'all see 7,000 and bring up all this information. Look. Shared identity with Black people focusing on a sense of unity and solidarity. Those are the key components. We don't see no key components in this existentialism. We have collective action. By working together, Black individuals can pool their resources, exercise and knowledge to achieve a common goal. He hadn't shown no common goal with the Black existentialism being in the forefront of charging up that movement. You see, we're trying to overcome systematic barriers. We can't do that alone, ladies and gentlemen. We can't trump our own individual feeling over the collective. We cannot if we want to move forward in 2025. What about this? The resilience and support. Black collectivism provide a support network for individuals. Did you hear that? A support network for individuals, helping them come together and navigate the difficulties of life, of systematic racism. Now, here's the limitations of existentialism, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to get your pen and paper out and write that down, sign that up. Because I know a lot of y'all ain't never heard of this, like Jabari say, but I'm bringing it out today. Individualism. Shout out to Jabari. Existentialism focuses on individual freedom. That's what it focuses on. And choice can overlook the importance. The freedom of choice and individualism can overlook the importance of community and collective identity. The disregard of systematic barriers. Existentialism emphasizes on personal responsibility. They neglect the impact of systematic racism. They neglect systematic racism and oppression as a collective. You won't find it. I told y'all, you're not going to find this. The lack of collective action is also a flaw in existentialism. Existentialism. If I can pronounce it right, I can spell it. A lot of y'all don't even know, never heard of it. Now, the lack of collective action. I didn't look it up so much. I know how to spell it by heart. Individualistic approach might not prioritize the collective action and community empowerment. Now, this and DMG, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful to your wife. If that's, man, bro, y'all a great couple, man. I was married for 16 years. I know longevity. I know about that. I got 6 grandchildren, 4 kids, 4 or 5 children, other children, bro, children and grandchildren. I've been blessed by the Most High. You see? Why Black collectivism might be more beneficial? Because it addresses systematic injustice. Black collectivism can be more efficiently address systematic injustice by promoting collective action and community empowerment, which existentialism does. Thank y'all for supporting the debate. Sorry for listening in. I appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you.
All right, family, this is the time where y'all can come in, ask the brothers some couple of questions. The link is in the chat. I already got Brother Rafu. He been here for the whole debate. He been in the back chilling. And Brother Rafu, you in the building. What's up, man? Rakufu, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, y'all can hear me? JJ,
I can hear you, sir.
All right, JJ walked away for a minute.
What I need y'all to do is come in and ask a question.
Okay.
Not break down science. All right. We already got the 2 teachers here going in on that. Y'all can ask your question.
I just want to say the Black, how's it pronounced, essentialism.
Existentialism.
Existentialism. As
There
I'm
you go.
reading, yeah, as I'm reading and I'm reading about that as well as Pan-African, which I take part in. It's really like potato patata. Both of them are, and you know Frantz Fanon is the man.
All right. No, brother.
My question is on this.
Yes, sir.
My question is, on both of y'all sides, what point is being like neither one are better, both are needed. So what are you saying to it? Like, what are you saying? We don't need neither one of them, or what's your? And I'll ask first.
Let me answer that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Because see, JJ 7000, Mandinka, Mali, the most feared debate on this goddamn planet. I'm not the one up here saying that black existentialism is the best ideology. There's a lot of flaws in all of them. But what I did in this debate, I presented some kind of groundwork for the ones that we know about. Nobody knows about black existentialism because it didn't make a goddamn, it didn't make any noise as far as we remember this in your school books and things of that nature. You don't see it. You see black Pan-African. You see black nationalism. You see Afrocentrism. You see African spirituality. You see the Christian church. You see the Nation of Islam. All of these ideologies have been a major influence for liberating us.
All right, let's let DMG respond. He asked the question of you too.
All right, brother. So I don't know if you remember me reading this slide, but it says black existentialism does not reject the valuable. Let me repeat that for the people with slow gases. The valuable Pan-Africanism does not reject the valuable contributions of Pan-Africanism, the Nation of Islam, or Moorish Science Temple. And you can say 5%ers, you can say my Kemetic brothers and sisters, whatever you want to add to that, right? It does not reject those valuable contributions. It absorbs their insights, community pride, political solidarity, spiritual grounding, while avoiding their limitations. So now I'm gonna tell you what I believe from a black existentialist standpoint, the limitations of Pan-Africanism may be, if that's even possible. So when we talk about Pan-Africanism, we talk about people of African descent coming together under one banner and pushing ourselves forward in power. That's what I believe it is. I don't have any, if I could show you the back of my shirt, I got a big Africa, and it says all Africans united as one. So essentially I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm a Pan-Africanist that's coming from a black existentialist framework. That being said, if I could say it has a limitation, it would be reaching out to continental and diasporic and further diasporic Africans and getting us on the same page. Black existentialism doesn't have to work to do that, because if you are black, Africana critical theory, which is the same as black existentialism, already includes you. The only thing with Pan-Africanism that I would call a limitation is the fact that you have continental Africans, Caribbean, South Americans men. So Pan-Africanism would have to do more work in getting them to see that, whereas black existentialism already includes them.
All right. Let's go to Jose. Jose Francis, what's up, man?
Good night. What's up?
Salute, Jose.
Good job. I have one question for you and one question for Mandinka Mali. One question is, how did you come across black existentialism and to Mandinka Mali? What?
No, one at a time.
Okay.
Let DMG answer that first, and then we're gonna go to JJ. Mandinka.
So I started getting into it was a book by Lewis R. Gordon on black existentialism. And that led me further down as a philosophy. Because as you know, Jose, and you have talked about my journey into the black conscious community, my journey into black consciousness, me going back to being a Christian, but still being 100% concerned about the plight of my people as it pertains to oppression and white supremacy. And just looking on Amazon, looking on Kindle, I found some books that was edited by Lewis R. Gordon, and then I started looking into him further. Once I got into Lewis R. Gordon, I got into the person who got him into Black existentialism, Franz Fanon. Once I got into Franz Fanon, it started to expand from there. And what I came to realize is that Black existentialism as a philosophy is taught on a universal level as Africana critical theory. And that just exploded it for me. So that's how I came into it. It was about 5 years ago.
Okay.
For Mandinka? Mandinka?
Pro-Black philosophy. Do you think you're really representing when you're speaking on this platform or any other platform?
Brother Jose Francis, can you kind of pump up the volume a little bit? You know, it's getting a little low over there, brother.
Oh, I'm saying, what pro-Black philosophy do you feel you're really representing when you're speaking on this platform or any other platform?
Well, me, myself personally, Mandinka Mali, I would lean, like, I used to be more of a biblical type of fella. I used to be more of a, a Hebrew Israelite type of fella, but now I'm a free thinker and a truth seeker. There is no one individual ideology that can conform JJ 7000, the HOK GOAT, into one box. So I take a little bit here and a little bit there, and I can apply that to my life. I would never get in front of the people and say that one ideology is the best for us, when there isn't even any proven groundwork of an existentialist leader. Cedric, there is no existentialist guy in the Caribbean running around talking about be as yourself and we're going to liberate us. You know it, champ. I got my champ up here, man. But what I'm saying, bro, I'm gonna be more serious about this. I really love our people, and our philosophy should come from us. Whether you put Black in front of it, it doesn't matter, because the framework of these ideologies, when it's written down in history, when it's recorded, it comes from Europeans. There is no great African scholars and philosophers that say existentialism, because it didn't come from us. And that's what I'm trying to teach DMG, one of my students. He studies Simon. He studies 7,000. DMG good, man. Me and him good. We ain't mad at each other. We talked on the phone. We said, man, this is the best place to do this debate, because let me get shameless plug. Shout out to the goddamn JJ7K TV. The Lions did. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to us. We've been doing this for 10, 11 years strong, like Sarnetta been doing it for 20. Well, not, he got 10 years, head start. He's the godfather. I'm the underboss.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. I want to move to Cedric. Cedric, we still want to keep it clean. There's no ad homs. There's no ad homs, brother. Just what's your hard question, brother? Let's get it.
Okay, let me first say shout out to the HOK Sarnetta, the GOAT. This is another classic debate with two great debaters. That's the first of all. Second of all, thank both of y'all for this debate. This is one of these debates where the audience actually won. Why? Because we're seeing I'm just to give a little analysis. I'm seeing a category error here. DMG is talking about the philosophy which underpins all these ideologies that DJ is talking about. This became clear this evening. The ideology, the philosophical.
Yo, Cedric, I love you, but I gotta do the same thing I did to Rock Hufu.
Yes, sir.
I'm with the question, brother.
All I want to say is, I just have a comment. I appreciate you, both of you, for this debate, right? Because it was one where the audience won. It was super educational. It clarified things. It is a category, fallacy that's happening here. It was a beautiful debate. Thank you guys for doing this.
We worked hard.
Yo, come on, bro. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to my brother. All right, Sankofa's in the building.
Hey, yo, peace. Great job, everybody That was an awesome debate. I learned a lot from both parties. I ask both a question or just one?
Yes, you can ask both of them.
All right, I got one question for both. What do you think Frantz Fanon's contribution to Black thought and movement was? What was what was his greatest contribution, or did he contribute to Black thought and movement?
Who's that go to?
Let me ask you. I'm gonna let DMG go second because that's his guy. But he introduced me to Frantz Fanon. I never heard of this guy in my life, and then when I did my research, brother Sankofa. He was a little radical. I'll give him that. But there was no movement behind this fella. There was no Frantz Fanon existentialism school. There was no Frantz Fanon on the corner where I'm an existentialist. He tied on to other people's ideology because his ideology was weak. His ideology was weak. So I'm not knocking him. He did some great things, but there were other ideologies, in my viewpoint, that trumped his. There was other ideologies out there that had this proven groundwork. Like I said, a lot of us had EXISTENTIALISM. I looked it up so much, I can spell it hard. When Chris Harris first said this word, I'm like, he said, I'm a Black existentialist. I'm like, what the hell is that? I finally caught Chris Harris of telling us what he believed in. Because Chris Harris, I know you was on the phone with DMG today, because you can't fight this fight. This is supposed to be your fight. DMG said, oh, well, I tied him in. And I'm like,
all right.
Other ideologies on the planet that deal with our Black liberation? How can when the definition of that it came from the Europeans say that it's an individualist freedom? It don't say nothing about collectivism.
All right, thank you.
All right, let me get back.
Yo, put the gun on mute, Rafu. All right, let me put him on mute. All right, DMG.
All right, so shout out to my brother Cosmic Sankofa. I really enjoy that brother whenever he come up here to speak on the panel or whether he doing a presentation. I gotta get an interview with him. I know we planned something and it fell apart, but I definitely got to do that. Frantz Fanon's contributions, one, to Black existential thought is that it's foundational and transformative because of the fact that he used existential and phenomenological methods to analyze the psychological and political effects of racism and colonialism on Black people. In his seminal work, Black Skin, White Mask, you see that dichotomy between Black existence clashing with a world that wants to erase that very existence. And Wretched of the Earth, just the title alone lets you know the context of what we're talking about. But in Wretched of the Earth, he further examines those philosophical, psychological, and literal concepts of Black existence clashing against a world that would rather see that existence dissipate and be absorbed into white society. And so I think his contributions were immense in that it influenced Stokely Carmichael. It influenced Malcolm X. It influenced Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It influenced some of our most seminal thinkers and leaders in the community. Even now, where you see Ta-Nehisi Coates, you see Lewis R. Gordon in the 21st century still pushing forward those concepts. And so I think his contributions to Black society, Black culture, Black liberation, Black consciousness were immense.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Can I ask a question?
Not yet. I got to get the rest of the people. I got you. You after this, brother. Titans Debate League. We got a lot of debate leagues up in here, man. A lot of debate leagues going on, man. That's what's up, man. Let's keep this thing going. Titans,
how you doing?
In the building. What up, man?
How y'all
If I
feeling
may,
today?
Si, this was the brother I was trying to shout out. He a supporter of yours.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't know who you was talking about. Peace, brother. Go ahead, talk to me. What's your question?
My question. Well, first, I wanted to thank them for actually coming together and touching on this topic of Black
Okay.
existentialism. You two both brought strong perspectives, and you know, it was dope. It was dope to see. My question for DMG is Black existentialism. How do we move beyond it just describing oppression into like building a framework or like a roadmap for freedom?
I think we already doing it. You doing it. Yo, literally yourself. You doing it. You an entrepreneur. You a business owner on multiple fronts, and you identify yourself in a way that nobody, no white oppressor, no white overseer can take away from you. So you already doing it. You have liberation of mind. You're a free thinker. You are agnostic, and so you examining what it is from a spiritual standpoint. You examining what it is from an economical standpoint. I know you have political views that don't necessarily coincide with most of Black society, but they are your political views. So from an individual standpoint, you already doing it. You self-identifying yourself, and you are interceding on behalf of yourself and your family. So you already doing it. The way we do it collectively is to get other people in that same mind frame and let them know, as Malcolm X said, you can leave your religion at the door. This is about pushing Black people forward in power. And as long as we apply that mentality to self-identification, self-liberation, and create the framework to push ourselves forward in power, I think we can get there. You can look at Brother Reggie, Black City Plan. You can look at what people like Lala Anthony, Jay-Z, Meek Mill doing as far as cutting off that school to prison pipeline. So we doing it. It's just getting a collective in the same mind frame as some of us from an individual level.
All right, thank you. Rock, you good, brother? Tight as debate?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I did have a question for JJ.
All right. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask your question for JJ.
How you feeling today, JJ? Shout out you and your queen over there. My question for JJ was Black existentialism. I don't believe it's particularly the most useful framework. I watched your whole debate, but specifically, I didn't hear you locking in on one thing. What alternative philosophy do you think better captures, you know, our struggle and what we're trying to do to liberate ourselves?
Well, see, that's the thing. Astral projections. You know, hey, shout out to the Titans Debate League. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go hit that like, share, and subscribe over there, man. Upcoming debate league, but I just don't feel that it's the best. See, the brother he made the claim that it's the best. So that all that burden is on him. I can bring up, so my deal in this debate wasn't that I had to really even, I just gave y'all a little extra meat on your plate, right? Because it wasn't my job to prove what is the best. It was his job to prove what's the best. All I had to do was show, well, there's other ideologies out there that has a proven groundwork that was used in the civil rights movement, Pan-Africanism, Black nationalism, Black collectivism, Afrocentrism, African spirituality, the Christian church, the Nation of Islam. All these were, even the Moor movement, all of these were important in our liberation and struggle during the 70s, during the 60s and all that type of stuff when the civil rights movement was going on. There was no existentialism leader like that stood out, like you, Marcus Garvey. It's right, Black Pan-Africanism, Malcolm X, Black nationalism, separate. Now, me, Martin Luther King, I had entered ourselves in a burning house. because we had our own thing. And I think that would have been better for us. A separate type of thing, but we can deal with them when it comes to like defending the country and stuff like that. Okay, well, the blacks over here, just what we want to do. You know, the Chinese, everything, because really they don't look at us as equals. Y'all know that? So it wasn't astral projection. It wasn't my job to prove what was best. It was his. That's a bold statement. That means that ideology that you have has to galvanize the people, right? Has to bring us together under a collective. But then when you read the definition, it deals, the first thing it says when the comparison of collectivism and Black existentialism, EXISTENTIALISM. So that I looked this up so much I couldn't pronounce it, but I can spell it. Well, did y'all hear what I'm saying, man? And me and DMG been brothers for years, but this little conversation had us butting heads and talking about each other. I love DMG. I love his platform. Shout out to Paradigm Shift. Shout out to Sound of the TV for bringing this to the fold. Shout out to the up and coming Titans debate league. I got a debate. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back, man. You kind of made me mad. Me and Sound of the kind of looked at it, you know. But hey, you knew one thing you got to do as a host: stay out the way. Because then your debaters be like, okay, this is a place where we all can just come together and nobody get in the way. See, I had to teach something of this over the years. Get out the way.
Rakufu, let's go, brother. What's your question?
Okay, so I just wanted to say to JJ, I'm sorry, Mandinka, listening to me when I say this. Frantz Fanon is a phenomenal player in this game. He is not the father of Black existentialism. He influenced that movement. He also influenced Pan-Africanism and a lot of other revolutionary movements. He's on the level with Sheikh Anta Diop, Walter Rodney, brothers that's on a higher level for the revolution of our people. You know, so don't get. But now I got to give you the win tonight if that's the title, because essentially it's just because he influenced that the Pan title. I would say that's just my personal, and that's the one we see boost the ground the most. But as far as the essential movement, it's a part of it. But the best, I don't think he proved that tonight.
Right, and brother.
DMG. I mean, King Rafu. No, Rafu. Did you bet? Not bet. Did you vote?
No, I didn't even see it on the thing to vote.
Well, you better get your ass over there and vote, because the score have it 31% Mandinka Mali and DMG 69%. So your vote will do some work.
So Rakufu, you think JJ won?
The reason I think he won, I don't think if the question is, if the debate is Black essentialism the best ideology over all our ideologies? Yeah, I would say that wasn't. I wouldn't say
you listened to the whole debate.
Yeah, I listened to the debate, but if you're saying that that's the best over all those other ones, even though you say you have, because I heard where you were saying they have no contradict. We don't we're rock with it, but we're better than all them. Ultimately, if that's your statement, I don't think you beat that. Your argument shows that.
He did.
Okay.
Whether he won in the poll or whatever, I can say he didn't prove that this was the best, but evidently the people who were watching felt that existentialism they ain't ever heard of in their life. But hey, I already proved that Black nationalism, Black Pan-Africanism, Black collectivism, all of these are more beneficial to our people. So
JJ, we got the undeniable superstar in the building.
All right.
Let me be on record. Let me be on record clearly saying that I do believe it's essential for our people in totality that we do understand it and practice its practices. I want to say that.
All right. Let me bring in Professor Silky D. Do you have a question, brother?
Yeah, I do got a question, man. It's your boy Silk, man. What's good, y'all? Shout out DMG, shout out Mandinka, JJ, shout out Farnetta. I do got a question for DMG. You brought up Lewis Gordon. You said he was the leader, correct?
I said he was the leading Black existentialist philosopher in 2025.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's all I had. Great debate, fellas. Set the tone, saw the fire, the exchange. Good old little dog fight. Hey, yeah, I like it, man. Good stuff, man. Keep it coming.
All right.
Hey,
All
Silky
right.
D, salute to you, brother.
I need to ask you, did he prove that existentialism was the best ideology for our people?
He put you on the spot, Silk.
Yeah, the DMG. I mean, to
Listen,
say,
you can answer that question, and then I want to ask you who you think won.
Because, hey,
go ahead, Silky. Hey, go ahead, Silky. Don't let him put you on the spot.
I mean, because when you say it's the best, you're kind of talking in absolutes, and then but it's not really carried out as JJ said, and you said it's a philosophy, and like the movement, a parade, carnival, feeding, giving away free lunches to the children, something. So I kind of see, you feel me, see where he's coming from on like why it's not. You feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like why?
Let me ask you this, Silky. Do you feel JJ refuted anything I said?
He did a good little bit of refuting. He did a good, man. Both okay. It was a fire. Y'all both came out with the heat. You know what I'm saying? Won the first round, second round, third round. It was the way y'all styles went up against each other was real nice. Like it was a real good set off, and he had a few rebuttals on you. He had a few. He had some comeback. I know
that's your man, so I ain't gonna mess with you. I know that's your man, so I ain't gonna mess with you. I got you though.
All right, let's move on over to God Body. What up, God Body? You have a question?
What up, buddy? Yes, I do. This is the question. Okay, so in order to answer this question, you gotta be ready not to throw no shots. Okay, so it's a serious question. So, DMG, if the brother that you debated, okay, had a community of Black people to move forward with his ideas, with his thoughts, and with his perspective, what do you think he would be missing that will make him run short?
And all honesty, and hey, listen, I got love for JJ 7000, Mandinka Molly, but comprehension, the ability to understand what's being said to you, what's being shown to you, what's being displayed to you, because clearly in this debate, he wasn't able to do that. So.
And I would like for the other gentleman to do the same thing in reverse. And in his perspective, what is he missing? That whatever he has to move forward with a group of Black people, what will cause him and his people to come up short?
Well, like I said, in this debate, he didn't show no collective movement with existentialism. We went against Black nationalism, Pan-Africanism, Black collectivism. Those three things that I brung up. He didn't show us how Black existentialism fit into those categories and is a major force within these movements. He didn't show that. The definition of an individual individualistic feeling cannot compare to a collective movement. So 39% of y'all who voted for 7,000, you were correct. The other y'all ones that voted for him, hey, next time I got to show more. But the point is that people got educated. That's the main thing. But as far as what I see and what I presented, there is no way that these people should have voted for this guy. because now he has to come back on here and teach that this is the best ideology. Where? You couldn't even give us groundwork leaders. But I'm cool with it. I'm cool with the decision. I'm cool with it. Ain't gonna be no heated or none of that because I went in front of the people. My last 3 debates, I won with the people. This one I didn't.
All right.
But
thank you.
Thank you. This. I know damn well existentialism is not the best ideology for our people.
All right. I want to say thank you for everybody joining in. Appreciate that. Good debate. Thank you, Brother DMG. Thank you, Mandinka Mali. And thank all those who participated and even those who are donated. So, Cash App. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. And we out, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace. We out, y'all. Peace. Y'all can see yourself out.
Peace. Jump in the HOK, you brought form trophies and flyers, then we pulling up on them one minute. We're trying to get your mind read, trying to see your soul if the only one there. We do this for the babies, never give up on them. All of my people just know I got love for them. They say they want some, but they read. If I be in the studio, that's not there. Jump in the HOK, you brought form trophies and flyers, then we pulling up on them one minute. We're trying to get your mind read, trying to see your soul if the only one there. We do this for the babies, never give up on them. All of my people just know I got love for. They say they want somebody they read. If I be in the studio, that's not there. They keep you by the system, they don't watch what you say to them. I do it for the shit, I know I gotta make a way for them. Carry them on my back like I did the gym. Never to my back, you know I gotta lead the way for them. HOK, bringing conscious to the people how to freedom. Worry, give a knowledge how we free them. Cool, but it's all this how we feed them. It's about to go down in the big Coliseum. They talk about smoke, they just flow. They don't want it when you see them. We ready all deep from the head to the wheel. In the club, if survive me, we take them to the deep things. Slum with the knowledge they been seeking. If you need a hand, they been reaching. Really got my back when I need it. They walking dick, they been sleeping. Higher than the mountain, I'm peaking. Hold up in the cold down without this defense. For the people, it's the spirit they be seeking. Kinda say they take me from the leeches. Been in your pain when we speaking. Trap with that word, got that armor, yeah, but it's the spirit we breathing.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yeah.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know they no contest. Yahuwah, he do the bless. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to thought. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing all with big manodas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He's running to the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the debate league. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. Respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. Really give me up. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother, ballin' and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Mito got the raw, shack and will it. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, arms open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Man, they know there's no contest.